What up, what up, what up? Yo, guys, hit the like button. Let's go. We about to run it, baby. We got ghosts in chat now? We got ghosts in chat now? What's going on? Shit, hold on.
It's over 9,000!
Oh, shit, brother.
M.F. Cold Classic Cage.
My man, Michael. Yo, thank you so... Bro, hold on. Let me get on camera. I gotta get... Bro, I can't be disrespecting you like this. Hold up. Alright. I got this. What is up, yo? What up, guys? Yo, my man Michael says motherfucking Cult Classic Cage. Thank you so much for the 5, dog. I hope you're having a good Tuesday, man. It's good to see you. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you all being here. What's up, Censor Jacob? Censor Tube, my man Golden Apples. The ghost of Anita Sarkeesian's victims. You mean, the ghost of Anita Sarkeesian's fucking image. Holy shit, really. My man, Super Smash 97. Appreciate you being here. My boy, Ray Chaos. Lindo needs to go to fuck to sleep. Alright, in true Samuel Jackson fashion, let's go. My boy, Mikey. Legend. Good to see you guys, man. Unforgiven says we need to stop talking about her. Look, she... Like, her... What she is... Like, it's not like she's ever gonna make a comeback again. But the reality is that she has indeed, in fact, ruined gaming for the, like, fucked up gaming for the worst, no doubt.
9,000! What, 9,000?
My man, Chaos!
The Wokeness DEI meeting is in session.
Yo! Look, man, the reality is, we have people that are trying to, in fact, reshape history. And, I don't know about you guys, but I ain't letting that bullshit happen, brother. Mikey says, went back to The Last of Us Remastered, and the ambiance is so much better than that remake. Reminds me of Resident Evil 4 remake and how disappointing the ambiance is, too, compared to the original. I would assume it's because, like, you know, like, the older games are just, like, dirtier, man. They got that grittiness to them. And, like, with a Resident Evil 4, with, you know, The Last of Us, those aren't supposed to be super clean-looking worlds, you know? Like, a lot of video games now look clean as shit. They try to look like films, and film now has that same issue where the worlds don't look lived in because they look too clean. Everything looks like a set or looks like CGI, and I have a hard time enjoying newer film personally. But I could see that. You know, I haven't played the remake because, well, I wasn't paying a, you know, ridiculous amount of money for a game that I would be buying a third time at that point. So that's just not me. If it would have had the multiplayer, I would have bought it. I would have bought it day one on PC, but it didn't. So whatever. But guys, we got 38 of you in the chat, 38 of the homies, so if you can, hit the like button, really helps me out. Share it out, all that good stuff, man. They like the passion we used to see. It's a lot of different things, man. It's a lot of technology that's fucking shit up. You know, it's a lot of... It's not a straightforward conversation, in my opinion. Dead Space remake disappointed me, too, in that sense. I guess you just want your remasters, and I ain't even mad at you, bro. Honestly, I look forward more to remasters that aren't censored than I do remakes. Like for example, Dead Rising, you know, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, I have no interest in it because it's a highly censored game. And it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing. And honestly, the more I hear about Dragon Quest III, the more disappointed I'm becoming. And it's kind of sad, but not to make it a downer, you know? My man said, are you excited for Halloween? I'm always excited for Halloween. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm not sick this Halloween, okay? Because usually, most of the time I'm sick every Halloween. More often than not, it feels like. I couldn't see was it Halloween Kills in the theater because I was sick that year. I was super disappointed. It was kind of sad. Yeah, the 2D, 3D remake, if you look into a lot of the things, there's a lot of things that are being censored by Square Enix. They are, Square Enix is such a cunt company now. Like, they are some of the fucking worst, from Japan. Sad to say. Sad to say, because they have such big influence in Japan. They have such great, such a large influence on modern day RPGs, classic RPGs, like the whole nine. So it is super disappointing. My man Scargut pulling up. Appreciate you, brother. And in short answer with Anita, yeah. The hate is 100% justified. But I want to fucking get into this term hate. Because when I see, oh, is the hate justified? It already comes off like the person who said this is indeed biased. That's what it sounds like to me. We shall see. But before we get into that, hold on. Let me turn on the light real quick. It's too dark in here, damn it. One thing I will never be good at is audio and lighting. Pretty much everything needed to be a successful YouTuber. And despite that, for some reason, you guys are still here. So shout out to you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all. For real. Would call it strong dislike. Absolutely. I did get something in the mail. I did get something in the mail. Let's go, baby. I want to see what's up. I bought like a casual hoodie to wear around for shits and giggles. Open it! Got it, brother. Look at that, yo. Holy shit, brother. What the fuck? That looks fucking sick, dog. Yeah. I can't wait to wear this. I got it in black. Let's fucking go, bro. Yeah, hoodie. Nice quality. I'm hyped, bro. I'm definitely gonna be wearing this casually as fuck. And it's embroidered too, so I have this on my website actually. So most of the hoodies aren't embroidered, but this one I have it on the website actually is. Very fucking nice. Very nice. Good quality. I'm hyped, bro. I'm gonna be wearing this bitch all around. It does look good. I would wear it, but it's super hot right now. Need one of those? Shit. And coldclassiccage.com, baby. Put it on, it's too hot. I'm getting ready for the winter time, you know what I mean? It's hot as fuck, bro. It's still hot. Like, I'll wear it tonight. You got t-shirts too? Absolutely, bro. Hold on. Y'all didn't know? Y'all didn't know, though? The link is in the description. But I got all sorts of shit. I got shit for the console gremlins, bro. I got shit for the real motherfuckers. I got shit for everybody, bro. Y'all ain't know? What the fuck? You don't know, now you know. The lack of advertise. Oh man. See, cause I'm subtle about my shit. You know, I don't really, you know how motherfuckers start off every stream and then they gotta go down the whole fucking, you know? Just like, oh, you know, check this out. Fucking selling my coffee, go buy my coffee, this, that, whatever, before they get into a video. So the first 2 minutes is just full of their advertising. Hey, shout out to Puerto Rico. Absolutely, man. Yeah, because in Puerto Rico, I'll die with a hoodie. Bro, I get it, man. Holy shit. If I get a hoodie, Princess will just steal it from me. No, I understand. No worries, man. But don't feel like I'm, you know, I'm trying to influence you guys. If you want to check it out, check it out. If you don't want to, completely understandable. But yeah, like I've always had I've always had the aspirations to do YouTube the way I like to watch YouTube. So the way I like to watch YouTube is when some YouTuber starts a video, they don't go into what they're promoting off rip. Oh, like the video, you know, share the video off rip. No, like save all that bullshit for last. Also, I got this too. I'm on full advertisement mode today. Holy shit, brother. Oh, rambling. I actually just unpackaged my hoodie that I bought for myself. It's a embroidered patch and it looks really fucking good. Like the colors are really nice. I'm very happy. This is the only one that's embroidered because unfortunately the other stuff that I have on there, a lot of it, like for example the console gremlin logo does not look good embroidered. Like the colors change too much. So there's that. But you guys are more than welcome to check it out if you want to, but not to harp on it anymore. So there's my website with the merch if you'd like to check it out. If not, completely fine, no worries. Don't bother. It's all good. I appreciate all the love and support nonetheless. But yeah, guys, we got an interesting fucking video to look into, and I purposely made sure to go straight to bed right when I got home from work. To be here and hang out with y'all. Do you have assless chaps? We don't got that yet, brother, but who knows? Yo, Michael, SWAT Cats, the GOAT, man. Is the fucking GOAT. I was just watching like little clips. So I don't know if you're on Twitter, but there's a Twitter account called swatcats.info or at the SWAT Cats. And it's cats with a K. And they constantly post SWAT Cat stuff, so I always end up watching their stuff, and it's such a throwback. I do have SWAT Cats on DVD, so it's nice. But that's my bag right there. But thank you guys for pulling up. I appreciate it, man. Yo, Drewski, what's up? You know, fanboys are trying to use you as console war ammo. I sent you a Discord DM because you may not have seen this since most fanboys probably have you blocked. Oh, I appreciate you, Drewski. I look, man, I appreciate y'all looking out, man. That's what's up. Oh man, here we go. Oh god. Well, we're gonna save it for Thursday night, guys. If you want, yo, we got salt for Thursday night, baby. Now it's personal salt too. I'm fucking hyped, brother. Coming from the dude that doesn't have the Days Gone Platinum trophy, but I do. I'll just leave it at that. But if you wanna get into it, you're gonna have to pull up Thursday night, 8 p.m. EST, baby. Every Thursday night is Cage Day. 1,000 bottles of baby oils. Wow. Oh, you talking about the Diddy shit? Oh my god. All right, guys. We gotta get into the fucking subject hand. No salt today. No, we got reacts today. To one specific video, and we gonna get into it because it is interesting, nonetheless. But how this all started out, man. How this all started out. So, this all started out when I saw this tweet from Art M. This is the YouTuber the gamer from Mars. And he said, over a decade ago, Anita Sarkeesian became the most despised woman on the internet with the rise of her YouTube show Feminist Frequency. But was the hate justified? ? The truth is complicated. After countless hours of research, I made a 90-minute video detailing my findings. And here's the thing, you know, there's two completely different sides of Gamergate. And we know that. Like, if you're on our side, if you're on the gamer side, well, journalist integrity was the issue and all that. And then if you're on the side of, like, feminists or Anita Sarkeesian, it's like, oh, they're a hate campaign against women. Like, So when I'm seeing, but was the hate justified? Immediately I'm like, huh. Can't help but feel like this is a biased video. Check the salt section of Discord. Uh-oh. Ziggy, would you relax, brother? What we got going on here? What the fuck? Appreciate you, Jacob. Let me see. We got more salt. We got more salt. Oh my god, Ziggy didn't want me to pick him up. You need to make Ziggy plushies. Oh man. Oh man, we got the same Riri at it again. Holy shit. I don't know if you noticed, Jacob, but the same individual is talking shit about me personally. Shout out to y'all for always letting me know when motherfuckers talk shit about me. I appreciate that more than you guys realize. I let most shit slide, but I like to know. I like to know. Oh, of course, Chaos. Everyone, you could always find someone coping and seething. Aw, I'd buy a Ziggy plushie for Princess to cuddle with. I wouldn't know how to go about that, honestly. I would have to definitely get an artist to make something specific, and then I would have to look into that. But to continue on, guys, yeah, when I saw but was the hate justified, I couldn't help but feel like, huh, this video is probably going to be biased. There is very specific wording that tells people what kind of video this is going to be, so we gonna see what's up, man. We about to get into it, baby. Alright. PDD's house in Miami was over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Oh my god. That is crazy. That's some weird shit, bro. Look, man. That's why I be saying Hollywood. I don't trust nobody because either you a weirdo or you know someone's a weirdo and you don't say shit. And you still mingle with them. That's what it is. My man Lord Blaze Fire says, I don't like discrimination of any kind. Anita is nothing but a male basher. And we gonna get into it, man. As y'all know, I think Anita Sarkeesian is absolutely 100% a fucking grifter. She is a piece of shit. She has fucked up the gaming space for the worse. But now her ability to directly profit off of this in any way, in regards to putting herself out there is no longer a thing. I'm sure that she's a consultant for companies and it makes her money that way, more so out of the spotlight. But there are definitely people out here that want to reframe history, and that's the issue. Like, I think that is something that I refuse to let happen. And we gonna talk about Anita Sarkeesian because at the same time it's like she can't directly profit off of her name being out there. But she serves as a warning for the future. Because who knows, who knows what's next? Who knows what's next? That's my thing, man. I think she mostly took the money and ran. Absolutely, Power by Flow. Absolutely, she did. That's true. She's a grifter and tried to be relevant again, but people said if you need it. Yeah, but the shame is now I'm sure that she makes money being a consultant in more of a private way. I've heard about this shit. So, what are you gonna do, right? Exactly, Scooby-Doo. She's still consulting to this day. So, She threw her entire company under the bus, Feminist Frequency, but she's still definitely making money under the table. But so from the gamer from Mars, the most hated woman in YouTube history. Let's hear what this I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. His immediate look, the way he's presenting himself, he definitely looks kind of like a cuck, but we shall see.
When thinking about events that caused the most havoc in internet history, I would say one of the main contenders would be Feminist Frequency, a crowd-funded YouTube series that would bring video games to the forefront of the online culture war. Run by Anita Sarkeesian, this unassuming woman would go on to be one of the most controversial faces on the World Wide Web.
Yo, what's wild is that she actually crowd-funded videos. That is insane. Imagine if I did try to do some shit like that. That's crazy, man. Crowdfunding videos, dog. She's definitely hired on through BlackRock. I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. I don't look into things that far, unfortunately, because I would probably go insane. Like, for me, dude, I want to touch on all these subjects. I want the truth to be known, but at the same time, too, like, I'm not, like, there's a reason why, you know, some people who are deep into this shit are fucking nutty. And it's because of the shit that they find, and their extreme obsessive behaviors, their obsessive compulsive behaviors. That's why I don't want to be like that, bro. I go as you know, I deal with this shit as much as I can within reason, but I don't let it consume me. You know what I mean? Gamer from Mars, the hell is this Charlie Sheen? I think this is disrespectful to Charlie Sheen. I'm just saying, brother. To be fair, I'd throw Zoe Quinn under the bus too, or more accurately, prison. Absolutely. She is a big part of Gamergate.
With claims of collusion and theft still lingering on to this very day. But
Absolutely.
after over a decade, I wanted to ask myself if this vitriol was really justified, which led me down an extremely convoluted rabbit hole as I tried my best to take an objective look at the rise and fall of this once online titan. So today, that's what
Fucking
I'm going
ridiculous,
to do.
man. It's insane how she got as far as she did. It's wild, actually.
It's over 9,000!
Yo, Javi!
9,000?
Everything is sexist, everything is racist. Blah.
Yeah. Everything's sexist, everything's racist, everything's homophobic, and you have to call it all out. This is what we're dealing with. But thank you so much for the 2, brother.
The daughter of Armenian immigrants, Sarkeesian's parents moved from Iraq to Canada in the 1970s.
Why is it always Canadian? What? Yo, it's always Canadians, bro. Every motherfucking time. These social justice fucking retards, they all come from Canada, bro. The mass majority of them all come from Canada. The mass majority of these consulting firms that are ideologically on the woke bullshit, it's always fucking Canadians. Bro, the mass majority of the time is so rare when they're not Canadian. Fucking crazy, bro. Fucking crazy. Bro, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know she was from Canada. Or moved to Canada and you know, her family's from Canada.
It's over 9,000!
Residing in Canada.
What, 9,000?
Quinn also ruined an innocent person's reputation,
Yep.
causing said person to end game in Minecraft.
Yeah, her, was it her boyfriend? Didn't she, like, fuck around on him and fucking ruined his reputation? And then he, yeah, fucking sad. And people just throw that shit under the rug, man. Not to mention, she also crowdfunded a game that never came to fruition. Nobody talks about it. Nobody brings it up, except people that are against Anita Sarkeesian, that are against Zoe Quinn. But, like, these are things that they should be, you know, held accountable for. Yo, my man Disney Sheepherder, what's good with you, bro? We Canadians do not claim her as our own. Look, man, there's good Canadians out here, man. But I'm sorry, you guys are overshadowed by the absolute fuckery. Hey, thank you, Disney Sheeper. Appreciate you, brother. It's sad because, like,
It's over
you guys,
9,000.
good Canadians suffer, bro.
9,000.
Canada is a liberal he 11 hole like San Francisco.
Yo, you ain't lying, Javi. Thank you so much for the 2 cents. Thank you so much for the 5. You guys are far too kind. Thank you.
Her father worked as a computer engineer while her mother was an accountant. Anita was born in 1981 and raised outside Toronto with her older sister. While people have since questioned her gaming background, what I can say for certain is that her family owned an NES, which she played at around the age of 5. When the original Game Boy released in 1989, she begged her parents to buy one. They argued it wasn't a toy for girls, as it was right there in the name. They ultimately relented, even buying a Super Nintendo when she turned 10. Anita's home life was a blend of Armenian and Arabic culture.
I noticed that a lot of these, like, a lot of these women that invade the gaming space don't actually like video games. They tend to have a history of, well, my parents didn't want me to play video games because I was a girl. You know? And for me, thankfully, my parents were never like that. When I was a kid, I was really young. I was like 4. I remember like going in the Toys R Us and walking down the girls' toys aisle and being like, everything is pink and it's boring and this sucks. And I walked down to dude's aisle and everything's all colorful and cool and shit. I ended up buying action figures from a really early age, like guys, toys and stuff, because I just thought they were cooler. There's nothing in particular that made me feel this way other than, as a kid, I just thought guys' toys were more interesting. I got into video games early because one of my good friends in grade school, he was playing Pokemon and I wanted to play Pokemon. And then my cousin, who was also a girl, she had a Game Boy Color and I wanted one so bad. I begged my parents for one. And it wasn't like they never denied me because I was a girl. It's more so my parents were very simplistic in nature. Like, they, I don't remember a time where my parents upgraded from the record player to, a CD player, in the house. Are you trying to eat that plastic? Oh my god. You little idiot. You trying to eat plastic? What's wrong with you? The bag that I got my my hoodie in, he was biting it. And then he got some of it stuck on his teeth. Yes, we had a record player in the house when I was a kid. Like a big sound system. Hi, Dave. But you be good boy. Stop biting stuff. Okay? That rambling is Ziggy. He is the little mascot of the channel. And he does occasionally make appearances and basically everybody who supports this channel ends up in Ziggy's little pocket, or I should say his belly pouch. The Zigginator. I like that, Elliot. I liked it a lot. Not bad, yeah. I don't want him to bite this plastic.
It's over 9,000. What, 9,000?
And then you have moments like when I asked my parents to get me a hyperscan.
Yeah.
They said no. Bullet dodged.
Oh, I remember asking my parents for what was that fucking thing the Nintendo had out, the VR headset. I asked my parents for that. Thankfully, they said no. I would have even worse vision. Yes, the Virtual Boy. I would have way worse vision than I do now. Holy shit. Yeah, they said fuck no. My parents were pretty old school. Now they're on their fucking phones and shit. They're on their phones more than I'm on my phone. Like, I'll sit at the table, my parents will be on their phones, like, fucking web surfing, and I'm there, like, drinking my coffee, like, "Are y'all good?" I'm the one that's like, "Nope, no phone." Like, I was very into, like, the whole phone shit when I was in, in high school and early college and stuff, but now my parents are into it. Absolutely. Thankfully, my parents said no. Like, my parents would say no to things that they didn't understand. It wasn't necessarily because, oh, I was a girl, so you're not going to get a Game Boy. Like, it was never that. It was just they didn't understand it, so they said no. But eventually, come, what was it? I think, like, when I was, like, 5 or 6 or 7. Like, those few years are definitely all shoved together for me, in terms of memory hold. But, I ended up getting my Game Boy Color, and it was my first gaming platform, baby. If you got one, you'd be yes. Thankfully, they said, fuck no. But, yeah, I noticed that a lot of these feminist types that are obsessed with ruining gaming, whether they think it's whether it's intentional in their minds or not, a lot of them grew up saying that they were denied games because they were girls, specifically. And, I mean, hey, man, I can't help it if I had the better parents. What can I say? You grew up with Nintendo? I mean, I grew up with everything because for a while I was an only child and I was spoiled. So, and then my brother came and everything got fucked up. I mean, what? Yo, Dark Rat Matt, what's good with you, dog? Thought would drop by between things. In any case, sent a DM. Ooh. Alright. Let me check it out. You can get my live reaction. What the hell? Buy a dollhouse behind the broken mirror? Let me see. What the hell is this? Action adventure shooter? Oh no, I'm scared. Oh, Xbox, what are y'all doing? I'm super scared. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, really helps me out. But, biggest joke got added to Game Pass. A free-to-play game Overwatch 2 is getting worse on titles as... Oh no. I don't talk about Overwatch anymore. But I appreciate you being here, Dark Rap. I appreciate you, dog. Show it. No. We have to stay on topic. Shall we continue the video? Absolutely, Rocky. Yo, fight me verbally. What's up, brother?
Loved ones in Iraq, she got a different view of the first Gulf War.
My thing is, like, where's this information coming from? Anita herself? I'm assuming, right?
But the differences went deeper than that. When Anita first started school, she could barely speak English. That got her bullied to the point that she never spoke.
Alright, they're quoting her.
Armenian again. Eventually, she...
Like, where is this? Yeah, like, I have to ask, where is this information coming from? Yo, Mitty, what's up? Doing paperwork at work? Is more... Aw, man. Well, I hope I can entertain you a little bit.
She learned to fit in as she moved through middle school. In those years, she tried to live up to her parents' expectations, but changed in high school as she explored the counterculture. The young teen began changing outfits at school to wear things her mom didn't approve of. She listened to grunge and Marilyn Manson. But she was also self-admittedly a bossy kid who had to be the center of attention. This led...
Oh man, what a fucking surprise. Oh, like, I wouldn't have guessed. Oh my god, it's almost like nothing changed. Did she do a full on expose or biography and ended up on the net? I don't know. The first red flag. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, like, I'm getting vibes of her parents were sexist, and maybe that's what made her go on this fucking insane tirade. Yo, it's always mommy and daddy issues, man. a lot of people's like a lot of the worst people in society are just like real problems, like real fucking problems in society. It is like mommy and daddy issues more often than not. So don't be a piece of shit to your kids. Is the best that I can say. Yo, my man, Elemental Hero, what's good? Straight Atari here. Ooh. Any planes, the difference today is night and day. Peaked in 2017. Now it's so damn different. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Disney Shipper. I appreciate you following me. And look, man, we get through this shit together, man. We bond over gaming, over our memories, and over the future, whether it be positive or negative. That's we share our experiences together. That's what it's all about, man. Jesus, I just noticed the video's an hour and 30 minutes. That's why this is why it's an entire stream in itself. This one video.
Beat up several times. I didn't fight back. I remember being like, "Oh, someone's punching me. Cover your head and wait till it's over."
So she was an annoying cunt even in school as a kid. Holy shit, brother.
And then they just got really bored. When she turned 15, her family moved to Orange County, California. It disrupted her entire social life, but she found her crowd at a place they called Hippie Hill. The school wasn't big enough.
Oh my god, it's always the hippies too. And you know what? I love hippie music, so I try to defend hippies, but either y'all stink or either y'all do stupid shit. I don't know what to say.
For many clicks.
I can't defend it.
So it became a de facto place for anyone different. Anita got into punk and started abusing drugs.
Alex, I'm about to kick you out, bro. You said what, dog? Are you good, brother?
Drugs, even shaving her head.
Oh my god, ex-junkie, shaved head, bro. She was like, dude, all the shit that's like the precursor. This is all the precursor to everything bad. Holy shit. Yo, Silent Joker, what's up, brother? From bad to worse. Yeah, she fucking did drugs and shaved her head. Oh god. That's always a bad sign.
I was very ragey. I liked anything that was angry. I didn't like anything that was normal.
What a fucking surprise. Oh my god. It's almost like nothing changed. It's almost like she's a miserable cunt, so she wanted to make everyone else miserable when it comes to gaming. Oh my god. Exactly. Oh wow. Shocker.
Despite this, she left after a few years, finding that the group was destructive in nature. It was
oh wow, shocking.
Around this time, her family got access to the internet. Her father taught her how to build PCs, and she was hooked. I had my own in my bedroom. I was building Courtney Love fan pages on GeoCities. I was learning.
I can't with this woman.
Learning how to code. By the time she graduated,
she
her
was learning how to code.
Aspirations for her had evaporated. Sarkeesian left home, couch surfing between jobs in several colleges. By 2003, she worked at a hotel.
Yo, this is crazy, dog. I got you, Dark Rat, man. I appreciate you, dog. Censor said he wants proof.
And did freelance web design on the side.
Though.
That year, she enrolled at Santa Monica College, which would end up being a major catalyst.
And California, bro, California and fucking Canada, California and Canada are the worst, bro. They produce some of the worst people that have fucking made it destined to ruin entertainment.
In her life, the school was a hotbed for radical ideas and activism.
What a fucking surprise! Oh my, it's almost like everything makes sense. It's like every fucking thing makes sense. I understand why this bitch became the annoying cunt that she is. She had all the early signs. Hey, yo, Aztec Warrior, what up, brother? And you happen to be I don't want to say an escapee, but you're an outlier, I should say.
That was especially true in light of the Iraq War. She participated in protests, which encouraged her to dig into political theory.
Activist
it was a class on intercultural communication that taught her public speaking and audience analysis. She helped organize on issues like climate change and alternatives to capitalism.
Oh my, it's almost like everything makes sense. She is, she says like like women are like a stereotype. She's a literal fucking walking stereotype. It's crazy.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Would you do Anita or Alyssa? Or both?
Do I have to like that? Harvey, are you good, bro? $2 for this question? Nah, Harvey. Are you good, brother? Alex said both. I have no fucking response other than disgust.
Ms. Sarkeesian completed her undergrad studies at Cal State Northridge, receiving her bachelor's in 2007. This is when she took interest in performance as a mode of activism. She moved to New York to publicize the work
something
of
she
political
stopped
action
doing when
groups.
she
That
became
entailed
famous.
learning photography and giving them media training. A friend from the time recalled, Anita understood how to tell stories and how to work the media. It's worth mentioning that the labels she'd place upon herself were different in this era. I was one of those feminists who was like, I believe in equal rights, but I'm not a feminist. But she, quote, fell in the wrong crowd and delved into social justice activism.
I sort of joke about how it was the most liberating thing that ever happened to me and also the most frustrating for everyone around me. Because like when you start learning about systems, everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out to everyone.
Dude, it's like, it's crazy because that is like the most memorable quote. Oh my god. I was about to say queef or queet? Tweet? Quote? Neil Cuckman is Cassie's gaming crush. Alex, are you good, brother? Are you smoking that good shit, brother? You want to share that? Yep. Yeah. Leave me alone, Disney. I don't know what the hell to say. I just woke up at over an hour and a half ago. Leave me alone. But it's crazy that she's admitting that even she knows when it comes to people immediately around her that she's annoying. Like, she knows that she is fucking obnoxious. And it's like, they try to force people to deal with them. And it's like, I think we've come to a conclusion as a society that we're not going to deal with you. Like, just generally speaking, anybody that's annoying, we're just not going to deal with them. I feel like COVID perpetuated that mentality. Like, if I don't fuck with you, like, it's over. You know, I'm just good. I think that COVID definitely made everybody feel that way. At least in generally where I live, like, people just don't give a fuck anymore.
Everyone all the time. So there's a good year of my life. There's a good year of my life where it was just I was the most obnoxious person to be around.
Shortly after, Anita won a scholarship to
Imagine
the
knowing you're a
prestigious
piece
York
of shit and you're
University in
obnoxious.
Toronto. This was the first time her work focused on feminism. It was also at grad school that she drafted up a little idea that would later be known as feminist frequency. But before we go any further into this video, I want to give a shout.
What? Yo. Is this a gaming channel or is this a casino channel? Yo, Hustle, what's up, bro? What the
Shout out to my sponsor today, Golden Nugget Online Casino. This app has all your casino favorites.
Yo. Is he good? Is he good? I wasn't expecting this shit. Yeah, this is a big red flag for this channel. But yo, for the gamer from Mars, this is a big red flag. You no longer trust this man. Yo. I could understand a video game, but straight up gambling, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? Bro. That's crazy. I do not promote gambling. If you do happen to gamble, you know, how do you say it? Responsibly. But if you do not gamble, do not start gambling. I personally do not like the idea of gambling. I like playing cards casually, but I don't gamble. That's not my thing. Yeah, I'd rather him do the Raid Shadow Legends, I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy, bro. What the fuck are we doing here? A whole fucking sponsorship for this shit. Do not gamble. Do not listen to this fucking idiot.
$1 deposit.
Shut up, bitch.
promo code GFM and
Fuck
clicking
yourself.
the link in the description down below.
Yeah, this ain't a good look. Yo, that's crazy
The
how
earliest
out of
snapshot of Anita's Twitter
fucking
account
right
shows it
field
was
that is.
created in November of 2008. It was used to promote a site she designed for CUPE in 3903, the campus's largest trade union. When she had only 11 followers, one of those was a man named Jonathan McIntosh. McIntosh was a well-regarded artist for his social justice activism. It's
Yeah, Rocky,
unclear
you're
how
not
he
lying.
and Anita met, although she was a fan of his self-made video remixes. The first post on her newly formed blog, Feminist Frequency, acknowledges he designed the site's graphics. The Feminist Frequency YouTube
It's almost like all these feminists need a man. I thought she knew how to code. What the hell happened? What happened? Yeah, hustle. Like, that is a jarring ad spot. That is crazy. Yo, bro. I'm trying to keep it together, but low-key, I do want to fucking go in. I do want to go in. Shots fired by Savage. I know, right? Didn't she learn how to code? What the fuck happened?
February 14th, 2009. Her stated goal was to explore media
She went
from a
full
fangirl
Macintosh.
perspective. These early videos were simple, with her talking mostly unscripted and editing them down in post. The first went live in May, with 4 more by the end of the year. Her subjects included Twilight, True Blood, and Veronica.
See, this is the shit that she's actually into. We all know that Anita Sarkeesian has never been into gaming. Maybe she was casually introduced to it as a child. It seems as though her parents didn't like introducing, their daughter to gaming because they thought it was for boys. So she never really had an in-depth love of gaming, it seems like, from what I'm getting from this. This is the shit that she really wanted to talk about. This is what she is passionate about.
Mars. The last was the Bechdel test, a measure of the representation of women in fiction. While the term was broadly understood in academia, she helped popularize it to a wider audience. This video was so big, it was even shared by Roger Ebert and received 20,000
Oh my god, Ebert, bro. Are you good, brother?
views, a pretty decent accomplishment at the time. And this was at its core
Standing
the
in a
intent of her
trench at work, are you
series,
good?
taking these concepts and making them mainstream.
I think that popular
Nate,
culture
what's
is a
up, bro?
common language that we all speak. The poet Muriel Reichsire wrote that the universe is made up of stories, not of atoms, and I really like that quote because I feel like pop culture is one of the ways that we learn about ourselves and the world around us.
In March of 2010, Anita was invited back to Santa Monica College for a lecture. This will come up again later, but for now it's notable for spawning her first video about gaming. As part of her presentation,
Oh, no.
she created an edit in the style of Jonathan McIntosh's work.
200 on the dance floor. 200 on the dance floor.
Her next 2 uploads were for Bitch Media's blog Mad World. One video proved controversial for
Oh, Mad World. It's almost like feminists are nothing but miserable.
criticizing the game Bayonetta. Anita dismissed
And this infamy. This video is pure infamy. Like, this was one of the first examples that I know of where she's talking about shit she knows nothing about. On Gen Con, firing on the people as a lot. We're getting tired of the gender politics. Ooh, I'm not surprised. Yeah, this is one of the first examples of her talking about gaming and it exposing that she's clearly an idiot.
the franchise as adolescent fantasy, calling it overly sexualized and pornographic.
First, the positive things about the game. She's a single mother.
And she's literally... All she had to do was play the fucking game. Bayonetta does not have a child in Bayonetta 1. Bro. Bayonetta literally has a scene where she's like, I have no interest in children, but making them, however. So not only does it show that, hey, A, she's not a mother, but 2, she's actually heterosexual. Even in Bayonetta 1. Like, all these feminist weirdos, first they hated Bayonetta, then they wanted to claim her. It's like, oh, yeah, she's not a single mother, and yeah, she's not a lesbian, you fucking clowns. I hate people so much sometimes, man. Man, are you good, bro? The whole, like, smashing the like button and all that stuff, cool, I appreciate that, but I'm not hiding a child, what the fuck? I don't hide Ziggy, damn it. I just posted Ziggy.
That's kind of it.
Oh my god. That's the only positive, that she's a single mother, and that was a complete total lie. At least appreciate him posting the lie.
Her video primarily centered around the game's advertising campaign, which had a billboard that invited passerbys to strip off flyers until the main character was nude. Anita argued it encouraged sexual harassment. The video was bombarded with dislikes until being set to private. It was her
sex sells, and if you're an ugly bitch like Anita Sarkeesian and you're offended by it, what can I say?
It's over 9,000!
Yes,
What, 9,000?
I have a feeling her childhood story is nonsense.
I mean, who knows? I don't want to outright deny it, but it does make sense, even, if it's true. She never really got into gaming because her parents said no. I'm not surprised. So she never really got into gaming. Makes sense to me. But who knows? Like, if you're getting the information from her, I mean, she's a notorious liar. So, yo, my man, Eastern Conference Gaming, what's good with you, bro? And we talking, we watching a 90-minute video, talking about Anita Sarkeesian, whether the hate against her, or criticism against her is warranted. Now, just so you guys know, look, man, I supported Gamergate, and I still do. But the problem is Gamergate was hijacked by more grifters. So Anita herself is a grifter, but then the people that were against her are also grifters. So that's where I stand on that. But fundamentally, I stand with gamers, obviously.
Her first significant wave of backlash, with the comments changed to require manual approval. That June, she completed her master's degree with a thesis called "I'll Make a Man Out of You: Strong Women in Science Fiction and Fantasy Television." The paper analyzed female protagonists and the problems with replicating what she called stereotypically masculine behavior. Interestingly, Macintosh is thanked in the acknowledgments. With that, she earned a master's in social and political thought. And as she completed her...
She has a master's in one of the most useless fucking... Yo! And this is why they have to continue to push social political ideology. That's why everything needs to continue to be a problem, because a lot of these types have degrees, masters, or whatever the fuck, in absolutely, completely useless sectors. Like, her master's degree is literally fucking useless, other than to start problems. That's it.
Her studies, her YouTube channel became more active. While it garnered an audience, she didn't see much growth until a new series called Tropes vs. Women. Throughout 2011, Anita examined plot devices she felt perpetuated offensive stereotypes. They included the manic pixie dream girl, women in refrigerators, and the Smurfette principle. Her videos about the demon seductress and the mystical pregnancy both hit 30,000 views within months. But easily the most popular was episode 6, The Straw Feminist. This criticized what she felt were over-the-top villainous portrayals of feminists in media.
What's hilarious is she became the very thing. She became that very thing. And she earned that shit, bro.
She argued they were used to imply we live in a world where gender inequality wasn't an issue. And this video got over 140,000 views.
Damn.
Although not all of that was positive. It got enough traction for a rebuttal from the man, the myth, the legend, TJ Kirk, aka The Amazing Atheist. His video titled "Everybody's a Crybaby" is about several subjects.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought The Amazing Atheist was always annoying too. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not I'm not like against atheists. Like, to me, I just want people to do whatever the fuck they want to do at the end of the day. Just leave me out of it. Just leave me out of it. It's the same thing with like super religious people. Like, I just think that both extremes are extremely annoying. So that's how I feel personally. Like, my best friend is Muslim, and guess what? We don't talk about any religion because I don't care. And she knows that I don't care. So, like, never saw his channel. I saw a couple of his videos, and he's just a fucking obnoxious. He's almost like a fucking male Anita Sarkeesian, except for atheism. To be fair, atheism has to deal with wokies before the term woke was a thing. I believe it. Ugh. Are you good, Legend? Are you good? I can't have, bruh. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Begins by mocking people offended by racist Halloween costumes, including blackface.
Halloween costume, like, oh, there's a black chick, and oh, look at this picture of this white girl dressed like a black girl. Oh, that's offensive to me, because it's not a costume, it's a culture.
This leads into his discussion of Anita, or as he calls her, Anita Sarkeesian.
There's a chick, I'm sorry, a female woman, I don't know what they want to be.
Notice how he's purposely framing this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making very, very keen observations of how he's trying to frame Anita Sarkeesian versus how he just chose to frame the Amazing Atheist. And I think that dude was fucking annoying. But there's a reason why he did have a following, and I'm sure that there was positives to him, even if I chose not to watch him because I found him to be annoying. You notice how he's purposely framing both sides. He's trying to show an objective side to Anita Sarkeesian. You know, he's trying to be objective with how she's framed, but then purposely he's framing Amazing Atheist in a negative light. In a way, in something that has absolutely nothing to do with the subject matter by posting that clip.
Called. She's a feminist. Her name is Anita Sarkeesian. She runs a YouTube channel called Feminist Frequency. What she literally does, she watches TV shows and movies and points out how they're sexist.
This video is so important because Kurt was the first of many to start portraying her as claiming media was corrupting, framing Anita akin to the video games cause violence crowd of the 90s and 2000s. The thing is, this actually wasn't Anita's premise of any of her videos at the time, as her argument is that it reflects harmful views on our society, not that it causes them.
I think it's important to critically engage with video games and comic books and movies and TV shows because it's a reflection of our society.
Whatever the case, it was
Okay, but she's gone out of her way to try and deliberately police how media is made and what it portrays. She's doing that right now. Like, people hire her for her to tell them how they should make their game. Amazing. Yo, Yamoto, what's up? She's the Symbite now.
was the first time another creator picked on her show, with many TJ fans hate subbing her channel. It's actually crazy to think about now, but in the early days of YouTube, it was a normal practice for groups to subscribe to channels en masse, just so they'd get a reminder on their feed to dislike their most recent video. The OG form of ratioing, if you will.
Hey,
it was an early sign of the
ratioing.
eventual feud between atheists and feminists. A month later, her channel surpassed 10,000 subscribers. In addition to her output, she moved to San Francisco to lead several creative workshops. She also spoke at the Women, Action, and the Media Conference in LA. The activist was building notoriety, which only grew as she covered broader topics. In early 2012, she released 2 videos
she talked about more shit she knew nothing about. Oh my god, what a surprise.
criticizing Lego for its gendered marketing. Strangely, this is the time period that Anita and Macintosh claim that they both met each other. This is weird because we have archives showing that they definitively were talking to each other 5 years prior. Regardless of this discrepancy, here Macintosh would say about Anita, she's very personable and friendly on screen and off. She puts everybody at ease, and that comes through on camera.
When? Yo, Go Po was good, bro. Gamergate was co-opted very quickly, just like the Tea Party. Uh-oh. I mean, that's a good point.
Both videos, as well as her next about the Oscars.
Yeah, I know, right? He's using Polygon of all places as a reliable source. That definitely don't help. Subcast the legendary grifter as a gremlin that spawned the gremlins that we're dealing with today.
Got hundreds of thousands of views. By May, her channel boasted over 2.5 million views and 20,000 subs. This is also when she was invited to speak at Humber College. While it's difficult to verify due to a lack of archives, this is when her channel apparently caught the attention of 4chan.
And the more popular I get, the more I get. Like 4chan has found me, and they're atrocious. And they
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, J7 asks a very important question. What the fuck is Polygon? Yeah, in modern day, they ain't shit. You remember the 4chan threads? I never dealt with 4chan. Like, I was very, I was pretty straightforward with how I would, choose to engage with the internet. I never really went down, like, crazy-ass forums or anything.
purposely they subscribe to my videos so that they know when one comes out so that they can attack me.
Anita mentioned
And when she means attack, she means, dislike. That's the thing that Anita has always done. She has purposely misconstrued, like, criticism and any form of negativity as a direct attack on her. Like, anything bad, if you dislike my videos, you're attacking me. That's always how she's been. Anything under the sun of criticism or dislike, any of that has always been, under to her seen as an attack. Cassie wrote Twilight fanfic. Alex, I can't stand you, brother.
planning a research study about the
Can't stand
harassment women face on YouTube. This lecture was filmed in March of 2012, with her idea laying the foundation for a new project, one that would launch her to the mainstream and break the
She sounds like a
entire
low-tier
internet.
god.
While Anita already planned to discuss gaming, it didn't materialize into a bigger concept until her videos about LEGO. They caught the attention of Bungie, the developers of Halo. The company invited her to give a talk at their Seattle office.
Bungie was always retarded. It's crazy. It's crazy to think, man. Oh my god. Why? Would you consider her a lolcow? Absolutely, but she's a lolcow that nobody cares about anymore. Crazy, man. Bungie's always been retarded, bro. They always like to virtue signal, apparently. Like, this has always been a thing. Crazy.
It was her first
Yeah, I wonder
time
why
at a
Bungie
corporate
does suck
space
balls
about
now.
games, so she had to do research with Macintosh. Anita ended up playing many titles she didn't really like and would never have played otherwise. That was reflected on Twitter, where they live tweeted, "I'm in serious video game research mode. Sadly, gotta say many of these
Nissan. Is that how I pronounce your name? Nissan86. Welcome to the mainstream, fam. Appreciate you, dog. Shout out to you, brother. Hope you're doing well. I'll be seeing you in the comments, man. I appreciate you. Fucking beast, man. Thank you. She says, I'm in serious video game research mode. Sadly, gotta say, many of these games aren't very friendly to women. Meaning she has to watch people play video games on YouTube because she doesn't play them.
These games aren't very friendly to women. Been researching the history of female protagonists in video games for feminist frequency.
She has to have this man not only make her website, but also do the research for her. What, bruh, is Jonathan McIntosh like the first fucking simp? Is he? The first... seems like it, bro.
It's honestly making me depressed for humanity. She visited Bungie on March 13th.
What a bitch,
And now,
bro.
holding a baseline understanding on the subject, she left with ideas on how to explore gaming further. It was also at this time that the concept of crowdfunding projects hit the mainstream. So I had this format that I liked with Tropes vs. Women, the original series, and I kept hearing about this thing called Kickstarter. If I'm going to do it, I might as well try to get paid a little bit. And with that,
A little bit. Crazy, bro. Fucking crowdfunding videos is insane.
Anita launched her campaign on May 17th, setting a goal of $6,000. She promised 5 videos, with
Sonia.
each focused on a
What's up,
different reoccurring plot device. It was funded within 24 hours with
I am Quiet Christ. What's up, fam? Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday.
the earliest snapshot showing over $9,000 from 344 backers. This is
Dude.
important because its success predates any backlash. In fact, she raised over $17,000 before promoting the project.
That is crazy, bro. $17,000 just to make YouTube videos. Yo, my man, Phantom Wars. Let's give it to you, brother. Appreciate you being here, Sonia. Shout out to you.
Project on YouTube. That proves there was enough interest for it to succeed without any of the controversy. The outrage didn't begin until after one seemingly mundane upload on June 4th, 2012.
Have you ever noticed that, with a few notable exceptions, basically all female characters in video games fall into a small handful of cliches and stereotypes?
Wait, hold on. He said, what about this video?
Promoting the project on YouTube.
What?
That proves there was enough interest for it to succeed without any of the controversy.
Hold on. We need captions, brother.
The outrage didn't begin until after one seemingly mundane upload.
He said one seemingly mundane upload. Like, dude. Like, I see what the fuck you're doing. Like, I see what he's doing. Like, do you guys not see how he's trying to portray this woman? As though she's innocent, as though she didn't make these videos purposely with the intent of pissing people off. Come on, bro. Yeah, exactly. What a thing to say. And then you see the fucking video that it is, and you're like, mundane upload, huh? It isn't like she's deliberately just trying to be a fucking problem outright.
Upload on June 4th, 2012.
Have you ever noticed that, with a few notable exceptions, basically all female characters in video games fall into a small
Tropes versus women in video games. Where she's essentially going to say the way females in video games are is just inherently wrong.
handful of cliches and stereotypes? I'm Anita
Fucking
Sarkeesian,
crazy,
and I
bro.
run the video web series Feminist Frequency.
The video was immediately flooded with dislikes by a larger
As
wave
deserved.
than ever before. Within
As
days, there
deserved.
were
It's over 9,000!
Yo, my man James, what up, brother?
9,000!
My mother played video games till she died at 85. My sister also plays video games. My mother called this woman out when it happened.
Hey, man, shout out to your moms. May she rest in peace. But that is awesome, bro. That is absolutely awesome. That, you know, it's good to see women stand up, right? Because like people like this have put like Anita have put this negative connotation on the history of gaming, and it's disgusting. And it's cool to see that your sister also plays video games, man, and your mother, like women who got into video games early, like early in gaming, like, you know, they had, you could tell that they're women that fucking, you know, they had their own thought processes, because gaming was always seen as a men's thing. So women diving into that early on, you know, being like, fuck it, I don't care if it's for, you know, it's for dudes, I want to check it out. And that's awesome. It's respectable. So shout out to your mother. My condolences, our condolences, obviously, but that's an awesome. I appreciate you sharing that with us, James. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the 5, bro.
over 10,000 negative comments, until she finally disabled them on June 16th.
Ew. It's like, dude, you know what you're doing. You know you're doing this for attention, and then you're upset when you get when you get that attention. Because people that don't give a fuck about video games, like she doesn't give a fuck about video games, don't engage with the content. It's the people that love video games that are engaging. Like, oh my god, what a fucking surprise that people that engage with video game content are going to be upset with my negative views towards video games. Yo, my man Devastator, a fucking Cult of Cage member for 6 months. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out.
What's interesting is, unlike previous videos, these messages weren't set to manual approval, so the whole world could see them. The description states, "I have left the comments open on this video as a way of showing why this topic is so important. Don't feed the trolls, except maybe to thank them for proving to everyone that sexism in gaming is indeed a huge problem."
Oh my god.
This implies
any fucking disagreement, what I think is sexism. Like, bro.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Yeah.
I'm confused, is this a docu or defensive?
I know, right? It definitely comes off as a defensive, that's for sure. Like, you really have to study people's wording and their language that they choose to use, because you could tell exactly how he's trying to frame the situation. Even from his tweet, I could tell how he was trying to frame shit. And lo and behold, we're 16 minutes into the video, and what a fucking surprise. I'm so surprised that he's defending her. And his choice wording chooses to keep her in an objective light, while any criticism thus far of her has been put and framed in a way that shows them to be bad people. But Devastator, thank you so much for the 2. Real quick, guys, I'm just gonna run to the ladies' room and go dehydrate, so I'll be right back. I'm back, y'all. Appreciate y'all waiting. All right, let's continue, man.
realized they were intentionally left on as bait, becoming the basis of a blog post 2 days
Hey,
later.
Emily, what's up,
These
fam?
are the types of silencing
Appreciate you
tactics
being here,
often
Emily.
used against women on the internet who dare to speak up. Things only intensified, resulting in a second post on June 10th.
Like, dude, if a man would have came out with the same level of disdain towards gaming that Anita had toward gaming, it would be the same shit. Hey, Emily, hugs, absolutely. Hugs for Emily. Appreciate you being here. Like, that's the thing. There would be the same fucking disdain. It's just that the comments would be catering towards what a man looks like. It would be like some soy-looking bitch-made fucking loser, like pencil neck bitch. That would be the comments. But since Anita's a female and people in the gaming community very much overwhelmingly disagreed with her, the comments were catering towards a female. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, bro.
This coordinated attack has included attempts to get my accounts banned, a torrent of hate on YouTube, plus countless threats of violence, death, sexual assault, and rape. As part of that intimidation effort, the Wikipedia page about me was vandalized with misogynistic language, pornography, and racial slurs. In hindsight, something I can't shake the feeling of is that Anita knew what she was doing here. Given her previous media training, she likely knew how to leverage the negativity.
No shit, bro. What the fuck do you think? I feel like this is in the first fucking almost 17 minutes. He finally acknowledges that this bitch is a vindictive cunt.
To her favor. It would also make sense given her previous idea of a research study. But of course, that doesn't justify.
I mean, Anita is quite old. I think she's in her 40s if I'm not mistaken, so.
Some of the insane comments
Not to be rude.
being left about a series
rude.
that didn't exist yet, especially one already funded by her own audience. The story first got.
I'm sure that the shit that she had put herself through, because that's at the end of the day, this is what it is. She put herself through this shit. I'm sure she's definitely feeling her age, or worse.
Coverage from gaming outlets like GameSpot, Kotaku, and Rock Paper Shotgun.
Respect to old ladies, absolutely.
It quickly sparked a wider debate over.
My condolences. I'm getting up there with the oldies, all right? I'm 31 now. So everything that I say, trust me, I'm starting to feel it as well. Mean comments, bad. Look, let's be real now. There's definitely some heavy levels of disrespect. Like, look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm not going to completely ignore reality. There's different levels of, man, this woman is such an annoying cunt, and I'm gonna go on her Wikipedia and post lies about pornography and such. Like, there's different levels to this. You know what I mean? There's definitely people that took shit way too far. That is just reality. But general criticism towards her is not. Once again, she loops them all together.
For if and how the community should change. Her Kickstarter ended on June 17th, raising over $150,000.
God damn, dude. $150,000 for what? Videos. Shout out to Emily. She says she's almost 20 years older. We have such a difference in age of people that come and hang out with us. It's awesome. I thought I would attract a younger crowd because I curse, because I'm kind of a brat, admittedly so. But funny enough, I attract a lot of people from like the 25 to like 50-year-old range, or even actually 60-year-old range, which is cool, man. I love to see a difference in age, and obviously, you know, as much as I make fun of the reality that YouTube promotes my videos to women, and that's why a lot of my videos do fail. I jokes, but like, yeah, that is as much as I bitch about that sometimes. Obviously, I like to see all sorts of different people in the chat, so I appreciate that.
It's over 9,000!
Devastator!
What,
Cult Classic
9,000?
Cage is rated E for everyone.
Idea Minxie, Cass and Girls vs Anita stream.
Oh shit. Oh no. Devastator, thanks so much for the 2, bro. But Jesus, ugh. Trust me, it's not like I want to see Anita Sarkeesian's face, but I had a feeling that there was something up with this video. So that's why we're talking about it, man. I felt like I sniffed bullshit off the tweet, promoting the video. I'm quiet. Cries says, I'm 21. Nice. That's what's up. I remember when I was 21. That was 10 years ago. Oh, man. I was full of such life and vigor. Oh, my God. What happened?
From the reaction of the general public so far, which makes it kind of seem like you've done more harm than good for females. How about that?
While many were already shocked, it was only going to escalate.
That is the
Anita
thing.
was targeted with DDoS attacks and attempts to hack her account.
See, now, this shit is stuff I do not fucking agree with. You know what I mean? Like, the mass majority of criticism towards her was completely warranted, but then there's people that obviously take shit too far. And this is the shit that I obviously do not fucking support, do not stand by. Fucking stupid shit, you know?
They tried to dox her, but were unsuccessful. A
That
wide
shit
variety
is
of memes
unwarranted.
circulated, and many using offensive...
Like, you're choosing to dox Anita Sarkeesian knowing how much she's hated, knowing how much you hate her. Like, choosing to dox her, like, if you put out her fucking, her address, her personal information, like, that shit's fucked up. Absolutely fucked up, because that there's people that despise her so much. Who knows, That shit is definitely fucked.
derogatory imagery. This led her to make a third post on July 1st about image-based harassment. It emphasized the degrading and often pornographic images made to intimidate her. It once again got media coverage, getting her on CBC radio. But that paled in comparison to what happened next. 4 days later, a user on Newgrounds published Beat Up Anita Sarkeesian. This flash game allowed you to simulate punching the feminist until she had black eyes.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh man, bro. I never knew that was a thing. But some people let the people that they hate live rent free in their mind. That's crazy. It's still up. Never seen it. That is wild. That is overly toxic. Holy shit. We're swimming in the toxicity right now.
Its description ironically accused her of ignoring constructive criticism.
Once again,
the headlines wrote
framing. Take into account framing, guys.
themselves with an easy-to-point-to example of gamers'
you got
unhinged hatred.
Sailor Moon
It was
game
covered
for
by
the
New
Sega Gen.
Statesman
That's
again,
crazy.
quickly disseminating to other outlets to highlight online harassment. The trolls turned her into a martyr, garnering sympathy from the public at large.
Notice how he's spoken about, like, the extremists, the ones that take it too far, but hasn't even spoken about the general criticism against her. Like, the mass majority of people that do, in fact, have a disdain for her content, for her dislike of their fucking favorite, hobby. He hasn't really spoken about that. I've seen him before, Golgopo. I'm pretty sure I've watched his videos in the past, but, like, not recently. I'm like, me keeping up with YouTube now is very hard to do. It's very hard to do, but...
Anita was subsequently invited to EA DICE, the devs behind Battlefield and Mirror's Edge. She even held a TEDx talk about the response.
So I'm no stranger to some level of sexist backlash.
No wonder why Battlefield got fucked up at 5.
I've sadly gotten used to sexist slurs and sexist insults, usually involving kitchens and sandwiches.
Yo, sexist slurs involving kitchens and sandwiches, bro. What are we doing, man? Just being upset about it. Oh no, right? Oh no.
But what
Oh
happened
my
this
God,
time
that's the
was a
worst
little
of
bit
it.
different. I found myself the target of a massive online hate campaign.
Feminist Frequency ended the year with 36,000 subscribers, and Macintosh and Anita got right to work, purchasing over 300 games for their research.
How many of those games did this bitch actually play, though? How many did she actually play? Come on, man. Come on, man. Give these games to a collector that actually cares.
While much of the backlash at the time was surface level, there was some more valid criticism. When her video on Bayonetta resurfaced, many felt it was obvious she never played the game.
Yeah. Look how once again he's framing this. Many felt it was obvious she never played the game. No shit, she didn't play the fucking game. No shit, Sherlock. Once again, framing. And the way he's wording it purposely to include some benefit of the doubt there.
There was also a tweet that implied she was in favor of race-segregated classrooms. I've actually read many studies that state the opposite, that gender-segregated classrooms improve learning, same with race.
You know what? Fuck all that.
Expose, 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 expose.
That's crazy, bro.
Expose, expose, expose.
That is, I will never understand people that are pro-segregation in modern day, man.
You are exposed.
Bro, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing?
Sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God. Expose you.
This shit literally encourages hate. Purposely segregating.
Expose, expose, expose.
Fucking wild, bro.
Expose, 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 expose. It's time for some exposure.
Yeah, right? Fucking projection is crazy. Like, I can't imagine thinking that way. You know? Like, in my life, I lived in New York, so, you know, I've always... I don't know what it's like to not be in, like, I guess, a melting pot, you could say. You know? Yeah, it's like learn nothing from the past. Like, segregating people from each other is what causes, you know, hatred, you know, some form of phobia and whatnot. Because you end up not learning other people's perspectives, and then what you don't understand, you fear or you take issue with. Like, that's the problem. Oh my God. Lobo, is that really respectfully? Piece of shit. Yeah, segregation is awful. You want everybody to be able to mingle, to be able to learn other people's perspectives. That way it naturally destroys a lot of disdain or misunderstanding. That's the entire point. But hey, you know, it's Anita, so she's not racist, she's not sexist, she's not homophobic, right? Right?
It's worth emphasizing that the story of her trip to Bungie wasn't yet well known. Many questioned her intentions with approaching video games at all. The first of its kind came from a channel called Instigative Journalism. Part 1 examines the activist's master's thesis. Anita argues in it that strong female characters still aren't feminists because they're only pretending to be men. The YouTuber points out contradictions in her categorization of masculine.
It sounds like she's describing modern day Hollywood entertainment. You see Ziggy's little ears? Yo, couple, what's up? Oh my God, the gabagool around here is perfect. Yo, are you good, brother?
And female traits. This is used to infer a framework for the future of her career.
She only cares about TV shows because that's all she actually watches. She's remiss to touch anything unless Joss Whedon is somehow related. She doesn't do original thinking or research and is satisfied with referencing and leaning on the things that she was taught in class. And when claiming to analyze or examine subjects, she pigeonholes them under archetypes instead of judging them holistically and matches them against a checklist of her feminist paradigm.
I mean, that sounds pretty accurate. That sounds pretty fucking accurate.
Part 2 scrutinizes her personal brand of feminism. It's important to recognize many of her views on sex and violence are not intrinsic to the movement. There are many opposing views within feminism that never get acknowledged in her videos. For example, sex positivity. The only time she addressed this was in a blog post criticizing the slut walk. Anita disagreed strongly enough to feel alienated within the movement. By ignoring the variety of thoughts,
I wonder why she felt alienated. Yeah. Oh, I love you too, Emily. I appreciate you, fam. I wonder why.
she presented her view as synonymous with feminism, when that wasn't the case. This was one of the many genuine critiques she never responded to. There's no such thing as sexism against men. That's because sexism is prejudice plus power. Men are the dominant gender with power in society.
Yo, that's crazy. Like, it's so crazy that by this logic, the fucking the male that lives in the middle of nowhere. What the hell? I think someone follow me on Twitch. Appreciate you, brother. But by that logic, the dude that lives in a fucking trailer park, alright, and is seen as trailer trash is the one in power, which is crazy.
It's over
Devastator.
9,000! What, 9,000?
Bayonetta and 2B are definitely sex positivity XD.
Absolutely, I completely agree, bro. Thank you so much for the 2, and you could tell that Anita takes issue with that. Like, she definitely doesn't, like, I don't think that she sees sex as positive because she's never shown that, and she's never discussed that. And if anything, she's always opposed that. I don't know. You guys think that she's a lesbian and just like kind of like doesn't talk about it? I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating at the end of the day.
Ignoring all of her crazy trolls that could never be justified, a more nuanced view of feminist frequency at the time was that there was no way to express criticism of some of her polarizing views without being grouped into
I don't know if she's
harassment.
necessarily a
The
lesbian.
only criticism she ever responded to were things that were easy to dismiss, with journalists never pushing back and acting like a PR team for the YouTuber. This limited how productive a wider conversation could be. You were either with her or against her. Again, that isn't to justify everything that happened to Anita, but it...
Of course not, because you've done everything but fucking tried to even be fair on that front so far. Look at that face. She's just a man-hater. She could be a prudent virgin, kind of like me. Maybe so, except that she's like double your age. You know, like, I mean, like, that at your age is not problematic at all. That's actually a positive thing. But like someone her age, if she's still in the same situation, I don't know. You know?
Explains why things escalated the way they
It's like,
did. It didn't help that
okay.
around this time, the atheist community declared war on feminists. With Elevator Gate a year prior, tensions rose until a scientist known as Thunderfoot Online posted a video titled, "Why Feminism is Poisoning Atheism."
It's crazy that was kind of like the first battle, the first heated online battle between, you know, against feminism.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
I don't think any lesbians want her.
And I think that's her struggle. I feel like Anita's probably a person that feels like she doesn't belong anywhere because she really doesn't. Like, I can't see her in a positive reinforcement situation. It's kind of like, holy shit. All she is just completely negative and just because she fits nowhere, she purposely interjects herself in places that she doesn't belong or doesn't care about, demanding attention. But it's kind of wild, and it's like, man, no wonder why. In my opinion, no wonder why feminism got as far as it did. Because when you look at this kind of stuff, it's like, how do you say, like, she needs to smoke the good stuff. Like, atheists that were super pro-atheism, like, are just fucking annoying to me. And that's not to say that all atheists are annoying. No, that's not the case at all. Like, people that are just living their life, they happen to be atheists, I have no issue with. I have no issue with what you personally believe in. That's for, you know, that's between you and yourself and you at the end of the day. But like, the dudes back in the day that were super like pro-atheist YouTubers specifically, like, they always just came off as annoying to me. Like, super fucking like just fucking like over the top, you know? I think anything taken to an extreme to where that is your brand, like your brand is this specific like I don't know, like archetype or whatever, it does come off as annoying to just the average person that really is just sitting there like, I'm neither for nor against, I'm whatever, you know? And I think that feminism versus atheism, like those two like specific archetypes going against each other, it's like, oh my god, two of the most annoying people going at each other. That's how I feel personally. Now, don't take this as an attack if you happen to be atheist. I don't have a problem with you personally. It's just that the archetypes of the extremes are just kind of obnoxious to me.
The problem is that many in leadership positions have managed to get themselves bullied or cajoled into this bullshit PC appeasement position by people who are conspicuous in that they proudly label themselves as feminists. Folks who find t-shirts like this offensive enough to reduce them to tears.
It's interesting that around this time, all the online atheists switched from complaining about fundamentalist Christians to feminists. It laid the groundwork for the...
That is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, it is very, very weird. And see, I don't remember going this far back, obviously. But that is kind of... Because they would always bitch about the Christians. I mean, you know? And then changing it to feminists specifically?
The eventual wave of skeptics and anti-SJWs that would build a right-leaning community that included a lot of the conservative Christians the atheists used to complain about. By early 2013, Sarkeesian launched a Tumblr for her series, and a month later released the very first episode.
Oh no, Tumblr, man. Holy shit. She's just hitting all the points that are just like, oh, I'm not surprised that she became the person that she is. Like, she's a whole stereotype
of the crowdfunded Tropes vs. Women in Video Games. The first episode of the Kickstarter back campaign was released on March 7th, 2013, called The Damsel in Distress. It was briefly taken down after a false flagging campaign, but quickly reinstated. Within hours, TJ Kirk uploaded Who's the Damsel Now? He admits it was more even-handed than her previous videos, but called on Miss Sarkeesian to face her critics and stop playing the victim.
And I honestly have no major...
I mean, that's the thing, though. She has always put herself in a victim mentality when she's always been, like, you started your situation. Like, you put yourself in a situation when you're involved in a entertainment space that you do not like, you do not actually fuck with at all.
Major criticisms of its content. I do, however, take issue with one aspect of Anita's video, the fact that she has disabled ratings, comments, and even statistics.
Coward.
We, the audience, are not allowed to have an opinion, it seems.
5 days later,
Absolutely not. She jumps into a space that she fucking hates and has a problem with, and then expects that whole entire space to not fucking yeet her. Hilarious.
Thunderfoot uploaded his first rebuttal to Anita, Feminism versus Facts.
I mean, really, did you have to start with the straw man in the title? Do you really think that tropes are specifically adversarial to women? Maybe I should title this video in a reciprocatively fair fashion. Maybe something like Feminism versus Facts.
This may very well be the origin of the idea behind facts don't care about your feelings. Watching with 10 years of hindsight, this video strawmans her arguments.
Crazy, it's been
Thunderfoot
10 years,
claims
holy
Anita's
shit.
noticing trends that don't exist. But that's despite the trope's very long history across literature and film. He implies Double Dragon Neon isn't a valid example because it ends with a damsel punching the villain in the nuts. Her argument is that it's a plot device that happens to characters and doesn't necessarily define them. This symbolic performative gesture isn't a strong counter-argument to that.
Remember, the damsel...
Yo, how is he? Bro. This is like a fucking defense video outright, man. Holy shit. He is certainly doing his absolute best to be like, hey, I'm trying my best to be objective. But then it's like pretty fucking obvious that you're not. Yo, this is absolutely fucking painful. Holy shit, at least I'm here being honest, alright? Like, this dude is pretending to be objective. At least I'm honest in saying, fuck that bitch. I heavily dislike her. And that's what it is. Yeah, imagine simping for Anita. Not just simping for Anita, but simping for Anita Sarkeesian in 2024. Imagine that shit.
It's over
Crazy.
9,000!
Insane.
Cass, I miss old school feminists. They weren't crazy people that see everything good as sexist. Old feminists were at least reasonable.
Yeah, there was a time where feminists weren't miserable fucks. You know, like 80s Madonna, for example. You know, and given, I think most feminists have always been crazy, but crazy isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, Madonna has always been insane, but now she's just a miserable old cunt versus, hey, she made really great entertainment influenced by feminism. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there is definitely differences there. Oh no,
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Can we watch Thunderfoot's vid instead?
No, we can't. Because as much as this dude is clearly fucking biased, like, we need to actually call it out. You know? That's what it is.
Damsel in Distress's plot
This
device
dude is trying
something
to
that happens
reframe
to a female
history.
character, and not necessarily something a character is from start to finish.
I want to clarify that Tropes vs. Women in Gaming isn't a perfect series either, which we'll explore later on. There are also
Let's just push all criticism towards Anita till later on.
premises I can see people taking issue with because they're simply treated as accepted fact.
The belief that women are somehow a naturally weaker gender is a deeply ingrained socially constructed myth, which of course is completely false. But the notion is reinforced and perpetuated when women are continuously portrayed as frail, fragile, and vulnerable creatures. The gender binary is an entirely artificial and socially constructed division of male and female into two distinctly separate and opposing classes of human being.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Third wave feminism is such fucking cancer, bro. It's such cancer. Oh my god, bro. It is insane. Ugh. And me, as a fucking tomboy, guys, alright? As a tomboy that wears the guy's clothes, that, you know, that I like to be seen in the gaming space as quote-unquote one of the boys. Because, like, that's how you fit in. Like, but realistically, I acknowledge that men and women are different. On average, men are likely always going to be more powerful physically. That's something you just have to come to the reality of. Like, this mindset is just completely ignoring just what it is. Like, it's crazy, man. Crazy. You can be girly. A little bit. A little bit. I guess when I listen to Britney Spears. Sonia, thank you so much, fam. I appreciate everything. Thank you so much for doing, being extra as fuck. Okay, that's what I'm calling you out for, being extra as fuck. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you so much, Sonia. Have a great rest of your night, fam. Biology is important. Yes, we have to accept reality. Reality is important.
As I watched these videos for my research,
mindset
I
is just
realized that they
ruining
weren't
people.
that outrageous
Women
and pretty
specifically.
benign media analysis overall. This shouldn't be surprising since Anita has explained that unlike
Much love,
previous
Sonia.
videos, which were much more off the cuff, these were much more intentional. They're rather adept at anticipating and addressing counter-arguments.
This series will include critical analysis of many beloved games and characters, but
That she doesn't care about, she has never had interest in, only because it is financially viable. What a surprise.
remember that it's both possible and even necessary to simultaneously enjoy media while also being critical of its more problematic or pernicious aspects. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that all games that use the damsel in distress as a plot device are automatically sexist or have no value.
But you're gonna call them all out nonetheless. You're gonna call them all out nonetheless. Holy shit. Yeah, yo, he is simping. He's simping pretty heavily, man. It's kind of wild. Kind of fucking wild.
It's over 9,000!
9,000! This is why I hate video games, because they appeal to the male fantasy. Asterisk smash cut to 24-hour Cinderella from Yakuza 0. Asterisk love that meme.
Censor, thank you so much, bro. And yeah, it's just like, dude, you could just tell, like, you see how much hate this bitch propagates, man. Like, over something, it's like, dude, there's entertainment for women, there's entertainment for men. You don't have to like the entertainment for men. You know how it's all, oh, it's not for you, don't watch it. You know, that's something that these feminists constantly put out there, especially when feminists hijack male spaces or male entertainment and make it for them. Yeah, when that happens, and then there's like, it's not made for you, don't watch it. Then they
This
cry
was
when it
lost
fails.
on many people who came away thinking this.
Absolutely, Emily. She does not
Jesus,
speak for the
girl,
mass
you are
majority of
one
women.
sick puppy. So in your mind, if my girlfriend gets abducted, I can't want to protect her or to keep her safe without turning her into an object. I mean, really, by your feminist reasoning here, hospitals, the places where patients come to be acted on, are actually objectification centers where people are turned into merely objects to be acted on.
I mean, while that's a little bit extreme, since she does believe in segregation, shouldn't women only go to hospitals where women are the doctors? I wonder what the general, like, saving rate would be for segregated hospitals by sex. Holy shit.
Thunderfoot's first video on the subject garnered over 1 million views.
That would be
spawning
interesting.
the profitable industry of anti-Sarkeesian and later anti-feminist content. The gaming industry, on the other hand, largely stood by Anita, with veteran Cliff Bleszinski speaking out at Kotaku.
The gaming industry. The mass majority of the gaming industry. All right, he chose to say industry, the motherfuckers that make the video games. Then he references Kotaku, bro. Crazy.
He defended Tropes vs. Women's right to exist and said gamers need to, quote, grow up.
There's a difference between the industry of gaming and games journalism, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, the industry definitely went to shit. The industry chose to endorse Anita, which is literally the antithesis of selling your games.
If by watching Anita's videos, I, as a developer, can reconsider how I depict women in any future product of mine, then her work may very well be worth it. This belief was echoed by writer Anthony Birch and game designer Tim Schafer. On April 5th, a student uploaded a recording they took when Anita spoke at their college. During the Q&A, they read off a letter stating her trolls didn't represent gaming as a whole.
And no, they don't. But like, the thing is, she regards any criticism at all from a group as trolls. When really criticism, there's the extreme people that where Their criticisms take action and it's no longer criticism, like they are bad people, outliers. But then the mass majority of like pushback against Anita is indeed valid criticism. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the internet.
I propose that we promote the positives like you've done so today, because the negative will only attract more negative responses.
On April 18th, Anita appeared on CNN.
And what I wanted to do, or what I hope to do by telling my story, is to create a space where people take online harassment more seriously. There's a sort of conception that what happened to me was trolling. And trolling is largely thought of as one individual who's trying to get a rise out of another individual. And what happened to me was really a cyber mob, right? It was thousands of individuals coming after me who
Welcome to, the internet, where you choose to hate something and force yourself into a space where you were not invited. And you have no true interest in other than to grift off of. Oh my God.
were loosely working together.
Thunderfoot responded by stating he had faced far more harassment.
In fact, a quick search for images of you online shows that the internet has been far kinder to you than it has been to me.
On May 28th, Anita released part 2 of The Damsel in Distress.
So I don't know if that's true or not. I really can't speak to that. But it goes to show that women aren't the only ones that face harassment online. Quote unquote harassment, you know? Jason, what's good, fam? Good to see you. Like, dude, like, it is what it is. Like, you put yourself in that situation and you got that work. It is what it is. He also, I'm sure, her defense force definitely, I'm sure, went to bat to go argue with him. It is what it is.
Yes, it was once again taken down after being false flagged. This received even more rebuttals from Thunderfoot and TJ Kirk. What's fascinating is they're often arguing against points she isn't making by saying the exact same thing as she states in the video. To give an example of this, TJ points.
How does that make sense? How does that make sense?
TJ Kirk. What's fascinating is they're often arguing against points she isn't making.
They're arguing against points she isn't making
by saying the exact same thing as she states in the video.
What the fuck does that even mean? You mean she's using her examples to make opposing examples? I mean, isn't that what people do to try and fucking say, like, hey, this doesn't make sense in other instances? Like, your mindset, your thought process doesn't make sense. Here's this other example in a different setting to show so. Yeah, exactly, Censor. It literally sounds like he's like, yeah, they're making counterpoints or counter examples. Yo, Jason, appreciate you for being a Cult of Cage member for 2 months. Shout out to you, brother.
To give an example of this, TJ points out many plot devices are only used out of convenience rather than intentional sexism.
And of all the reasons that a character might embark on a quest, saving or avenging...
It's over 9,000!
Hey.
What, 9,000?!
Sark is a problem child of gaming and society. I do not agree with cancel culture, but she needs to be cancelled.
I mean, essentially, she has been canceled. She's been outright rejected by people who actually buy video games. Like, that's what it is. Like, at this point, like, these game companies can continue to fucking push the shit that she started, but it's only ended poorly for them. If you want to actually make money, stop showing your disdain for the people you're trying to sell product to. That's what it boils down to at the end of the day. But Jason, thank you so much for the 5, bro. Appreciate you. I mean, she has inherently been canceled. Like, her name does not fucking mean anything like it used to anymore. Like, the problem is that her detractors, like, that made YouTube videos, they did it for money. They are indeed grifters, as is, Anita herself. Like, a lot of these people that were involved don't actually care about video games. Like, for example, he brought up a lot of Anita's early detractors were essentially atheists. They weren't gamers, they were atheists. That was their sector of YouTube. And that's the problem.
Avenging a loved one is probably the easiest to convey quickly. I think that is the reason for the damsel in distress trope. I don't think it's designed to denigrate women. I think it's just an easy plot device.
So he's trying to essentially say, like, hey, like her issues with, you know, how women are depicted in media, like her direct reasoning he's trying to say is wrong. Her problem with media is not even an intentional point. That's what he's trying to say here. So what's the problem with that? He's trying to false frame and take out of context the people that oppose her opinions. Crazy, man. This is a full Defense Force video. I had a feeling it was. I could tell by the tweet that he put out that it was.
And
what
this
a fucking
is what
surprise.
she states in her video.
Despite these troubling implications, game creators aren't necessarily all sitting around twirling their nefarious-looking mustaches while consciously trying to figure out how to best misrepresent women as.
And what is the problem with how dude was discussing the situation?
Part of some grand conspiracy. Most probably just haven't given much thought to the underlying messages their games are sending. And in many cases, developers have backed themselves into a corner with their own game mechanics.
Kirk.
Okay, so what what was the problem with what he was saying? What the fuck? I don't... Bro, this crazy framing is ridiculous.
Then says that because most devs and gamers are male, it's only natural their views are most prevalent. But that doesn't negate the value of examining why that is. Many critics argue her series ignores the context behind specific characters and scenes, calling it dishonest. Her position is that the excuse for using a trope doesn't itself justify a trope's use. You don't have to agree with this, but at least...
But it's literally entertainment. If you don't like the way that female characters are framed in certain entertainment, don't consume entertainment. Don't consume that entertainment. What the fuck? What are we doing here? Like, the reality is that this kind of entertainment is going to exist. You don't have to like it. There's other examples of this shit. I bet she also doesn't realize that Zelda is chic. I'm just saying, brother.
Understand what you're trying to refute in her videos. Anita is also very clear that individual games aren't harmful on their own.
It's also very clear that you're in full defense force of this bitch. Holy shit, brother.
It's the broader cultivation effect that perpetrates harmful views.
And taken on their own, each individual example we've covered in this episode might seem relatively benign or trivial. But the reason this series focuses on tropes is because they help us recognize larger recurring patterns.
Kirk calls this
and there's nothing wrong with this,
arguing she's picking and choosing when context matters. Thunderfoot summarizes her argument as, video games make people sexist.
I'll make this simple for you, Anita. Really, really simple. You can claim as a hypothesis all you want that women not being portrayed as you want in video games is making...
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
Hey, Jason.
I used to stream to the love of gaming and I was cancelled, had my internet shut off, and to this day I cannot stream due to these nutjobs.
Damn, Jason, that's wild. What the hell? Is your, like... Do you still have, like, your channel with content? Like, is your channel still have the content up, or... I'm just curious, where do you live, Jason? That's fucking crazy. But thank you so much for the 5. I'm assuming that you perhaps live in the US? It's up, but when I stream, they... Wow. That's crazy. Damn. Wow. I don't know what to say, like, that shit is fucking wild. Yeah, that sucks, man. But yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If people don't like you, they don't like you. It is what it is. And she acts like that hatred is exclusive to her. What a fucking surprise.
Society misogynistic. Hell, the people who claim that video games make people more violent have a far better case than your claim that they make people sexist.
Again,
she has already taken on the thought process that people in gaming are inherently sexist. That is her positioning. And her example is, look at all my detractors.
Explicitly states otherwise, believing that they reinforce pre-existing views.
Likewise, engaging with these games is not going to magically transform players into raging sexists. We typically don't have a monkey-see, monkey-do direct cause and effect relationship with the media we consume. Cultural influence works in much more subtle and complicated ways.
On August 1st, Anita released the third and final part of The Damsel in Distress. It included her idea for a hypothetical game called The Legend of the Last Princess. Taken out of context, many were under the assumption she felt these were the only types of stories that should exist. But that's removing the nuance present in these videos.
Now, I'm certainly not...
Bro, it's crazy. The framing is insane. Holy shit, brother.
Arguing that all stories
He's a male,
must include
Anita.
completely fearless, hyper-individualistic, heroic women who pull themselves up by their bootstraps and never need anything from anyone. Of course, there is absolutely nothing wrong with offering or occasionally needing assistance. It only becomes a problem when acts of altruism are repeatedly presented in heavily gendered ways.
Meanwhile, a page was created about her on Encyclopedia Dramatica. As more and more...
It's crazy because it's like, dude, she clearly takes issue with damsel in distress sort of characters. And the thing is, there's always going to be examples of this because it happens. And the reason why... Here's the thing. The reason why she doesn't want it to go away is then she would have nothing to bitch and whine about. That's the entire point. Like, she doesn't want it to go away. So she'll give the whole, like, oh, well, you know, not every example's bad. But she doesn't want the trope to simply not exist. Because then she'd have nothing to bitch and whine about. She would have nothing to consult companies about. That's the entire point. It's a fucking grift. Duh.
Creators stood against the feminist writer. Anita would end up giving a talk at an event called The Conference, elaborating on the false flagging campaign. This slide includes a screenshot of a user that went by the name of Mundane Matt, who said,
This fucking clown. This is the problem, you know what I mean? Like, you had complete total buffoons that opposed her and got the attention. The ones that were the most desperate to get attention were willing to do stupid shit. And look at Mundane Matt now. He's a complete total clown. You hate this guy's way of talking.
The internet is finally striking back. Keep fighting, keep flagging. He celebrated the appearance on his own channel. Among these new detractors...
See, and this is the problem. You supported people that are for cancellation. For me, I don't want people's content to be taken down, you know? Like, I don't believe in false flagging people or flagging people's content in general. I want clowns to expose themselves. You remember Monday Matt he fell off? Yeah, he did. Hard. Like, that's the problem, bro. He's no better. He is no fucking better than her. That's the problem. Fuck, bro. But, like, these are the people that opposed her or that were put on the pedestal, and that's the fucking issue, man. Like, no, don't flag her videos. Fucking let her expose herself and people point it out. That's the thing. That's what I support.
Was Jordan Owen, who began researching her past. This culminated in a video titled Anita Sarkeesian, The Early Years. Tensions would heighten even more in gaming discourse when Jordan Owen, an early face in the skeptic YouTube community, was tipped off with the new intel by a source familiar with both Anita and Macintosh in 2013. The user sent several links, which he made public. The first was a testimonial the feminist host did for a program called Teleseminar Secrets. The course was run by internet marketing guru Alex Mandoshan. It basically taught you how to run a multi-level marketing scheme. Her endorsement was uploaded in 2007. Now, some would argue, given the nature of the scam, she was the victim and not a perpetrator. However, in the video she promotes her own website called neonandchrome.com.
Hi, my name is Anita Sarkeesian. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and my website is neonandchrome.com.
The earliest snapshot advertises internet marketing services with a specialty in teleseminars. Anita's next connection in this leak was to a handwriting expert called Bart Baggett. Her old site lists being a seminar manager/coordinator for
LA
Baggett 13
trash.
times. The man also did a testimonial for Mandoshan in 2007. And the funniest part of all is that he was featured in a pickup artist directory, which led many to call Anita a fake feminist. Now, while it's true she worked for Baggett, he clarified that the seminars she helped with were self-help oriented and attended by older women. The statement was provided to a journalist investigating her past, and the author admits there was even less evidence of a relationship to Mandoshan. It's ultimately kind of a nothing burger of a story, but since people always are calling Anita a con artist with this being the origin of the claim, I felt the need to include it in the video.
She is a con artist. Bro, she did more than one crowdfunding video. I mean, a crowdfunding campaign. And didn't fulfill them. True free speech is necessary as thought dies when it's not challenged. Absolutely. Like, here's the thing. Like, the First Amendment, like, people don't realize this. The First Amendment wasn't implemented with the thought process of, well, nobody's ever going to cross the line in terms of their speech, right? Like if nobody was ever going to say something remotely controversial, you wouldn't need the First Amendment in America to begin with. It's to protect controversial speech inherently. That's why it exists.
In this expose, the final person Owen scrutinizes is her connection to Jonathan McIntosh. You see, Jonathan's Flickr proved he was an activist while he still did teleseminars. He speculated the man gave her the feminist vocabulary she was missing, with the two first interacting in December 2007.
Like, dude, this dude McIntosh has been behind... Bro. He has lifted her to insane heights from making her fucking website to doing her research for her. Like, yo! And it can't be denied! It literally cannot be denied!
Subsequent photographs that I won't share here depict food that John has prepared for Anita, and John and Anita visiting her parents, indicating that he is most likely her boyfriend.
Bro, even cooking her food. Even in the kitchen for her, preparing her sandwiches. Yo, that's crazy. Yo. That's real. Crazy, dog. Made her website, did her research for her. Made her sandwiches with the crust cut off. Crazy, dog. Crazy. Never be Macintosh, bro.
Owen goes off the rails after this, accusing random cosplayers of encouraging pedophilia for some reason.
Why isn't John decrying this like everything else, especially when we see his photograph of highly sexualized Care Bears? Where is the finger wagging about how this is sexualizing children's entertainment?
Dude, like, here's the issue. The fact that we have to listen to someone that sounds like there's grease dripping from their hair, while dandruff is also snowing from his head as well. Like, this is Bro, how many examples of that voice? All right? Like, when I hear dudes like this, and not to be a bitch, because, you know, I am a bitch. But he literally has the voice of that specifically. And that's the problem, bro. Like, here's the issue when you sound like a basement dweller. You know what I mean? You know what I... Oh, man. You know what? As disgusting as Asmongold can be, he's a very articulate guy. Like, he's extremely articulate. So you could shit on him for being a slob. He's a slob, no doubt, but he's a very articulate person. And that's why, despite him being a slob, despite him, you know, looking and presenting in a disgusting way, despite him being like Roach King, he's gotten as far as he has because he's extremely fucking articulate. And he does not sound like a basement dweller. So even Roach King cannot sound like a basement dweller, but yet he's concentrating on people that deliberately actually sound like basement dwellers. Asmon Simp? Sometimes indeed.
And then encouraging pedophilia.
The biggest takeaway from this video is that it began the discourse that Macintosh was behind Feminist Frequency's views. Anita responded, calling it utter nonsense before
I mean, is it utter nonsense, though? Is it utter nonsense, though?
Bizarrely accusing them of victim blaming. It's hard to dismiss this claim, though, as by her own admission, she didn't consider herself a feminist until 2007, which is when she first met Macintosh.
What a fucking surprise. It's like, dude, all the shit that he's behind in terms of propping her up. Behind every great feminist, there seems to be a man. Look at Sweet Baby Inc., bro. Look who they peddle out there. All right, there's two CEOs. One is a pasty-faced white dude, and the other happens to be a very loud black woman. One of them is out there speaking. The other one remains in the shadows. I wonder fucking why. Somehow, some things just don't change.
Her explanation is that while living in New York, she met activists who had been marginalized by male protest leaders. But this claim comes out of the same interview.
More Polygon, bro. Like half of the references are from Polygon, bro.
Which misconstrues when she and Macintosh actually met. This was only the beginning, with her credentials as a critic soon being called into question. The first hit to her credibility was the discovery that she used other people's gameplay without credit.
I mean, the first criticism was her putting out that Bayonetta video, and clearly she didn't play the fucking game. But her using other people's gameplay without crediting, what a fucking surprise. Yeah, she did do that shit. This is like unavoidable facts. Like, this is reality.
The majority was taken from a channel called CubeX55.
And she didn't credit them at all. Amazing. Amazing. The mass majority of the gaming content that I posted on this channel, first off, if I'm reacting, obviously, I like to have the actual person's video present here and the title and the name. I do that on purpose. You see, like, I do that on purpose. Now, YouTube's new format that they occasionally use, it hides it, but then when that happens, I purposely say the person and say the video, and then we react. Now, if I made a video and I have gameplay on there, it's my gameplay, unless I say otherwise. Like, for example, I did a really early video in which I chose to include gameplay of the Silent Hills demo, the Hideo Kojima game that never got made, PT. And I played PT, but I didn't have gameplay of me playing PT because that was years prior to me actually making YouTube videos. And so I needed some PT fucking gameplay, but I didn't have any recorded gameplay. So yeah, I went to a PT gameplay video and I clipped the video, and guess what? That one video that I did include PT gameplay, I had put the person's YouTube channel because I'm not a fucking piece of shit. I don't go out of my way to steal people's content and then claim it as my own. But someone like Anita Sarkeesian, it doesn't surprise me at all that she would do some shit like that because she doesn't come off like the person that actually plays video games. His name appears in everything she does. Conspiracy theory. Yeah, I know, right, Howard? Holy shit.
When notified, Quebec said she never asked for permission.
It's over 9,000!
Never asked for permission, huh?
9,000!
Devastator!
Cass, Minxie, Clubsy, Kaden, and Garavi STF2 Law.
Oh no, here we go. Yo, they can't handle this, bro. Look at that lineup. Look at that fucking lineup. Cult Classic Cage, Minxie, Klutzy, Kaden, and Gara. What a fucking lineup of beasts, man. Can't fuck with us, bro. So she never asked for permission, and most of the gaming content she posted, actual gameplay, is from this person. Huh.
But it should be noted that gameplay footage
It should be noted. Here we go.
isn't owned by the person that played the game, and making this point moot.
It's over 9,000!
Fucking crazy, bro.
Anita Sarkeesian is nuts. She married herself on her birthday or something.
Yeah, she did, bro!
This dude made an hour-and-a-half long video white knighting her reasonableness.
Dude.
What a turbo simp.
First off, Michael, thank you so much for the 20, bro. You totally didn't have to fucking do that. That's wild. Thank you so much. And yeah, she did marry herself for her birthday. Imagine having to go that far for attention nowadays, because most of the time nobody gives a fuck about Anita Sarkeesian, but she did something so fucking stupid like that, literally like last year. And then this fucking guy is literally going out of his way to defend her. And dude, it's like, it's almost like he doesn't realize his own wording and how it would be presented to gamers. Like, this video is out there to gamers. Like, people are gonna pick up on your fucking language, bro. And, dude, what this hold on, we have to listen to this whole shit again.
Only the beginning, with her credentials as a critic soon being called into question. The first hit to her credibility was the discovery that she used other people's gameplay without credit. The majority was taken from a channel called CubeX55.
Okay.
When notified, CubeX said she never asked for permission, but it should be noted that gameplay footage isn't owned by the person that played the game, and making this point moot.
Dude, he is saying that. The point doesn't matter because he didn't make the video game. That is crazy. That is fucking insane fucking behavior. Wild. Wild. The gameplay isn't his, even though that person posted it, because he didn't make the video game. What the fuck? But they made the content, bro.
Regardless, it was still used to infer she didn't actually play the games she criticized.
She didn't! And guess what? There's no proof that she did. If anything, there's proof that she didn't. She clearly didn't play Bayonetta. It doesn't take much to realize Bayonetta isn't a fucking mother in Bayonetta 1. She didn't play the game. She didn't care.
Meaning she wasn't a true gamer girl.
How do you feel about
I mean, she isn't. She criticizes games. That doesn't make her a female gamer.
video games?
I still love them. I think games are really where we're going. That I'm excited to see what happens as the culture grows up.
Video games are so...
And it's so demeaning to say, see the culture grow up. Like, oh, I'm here now, so I'm gonna make this culture, this entertainment grow up.
9,000! What, 9,000?
Iowa, put the bat down, Anita, what?
Yo, Golden Apple, thank you so much for the 2, bro. Yeah, yo, it's crazy. Like, you could tell that she doesn't value video games prior to her involvement. Like, oh, gaming is childish, but now I'm here. And I want to see gaming grow up into what I deem as acceptable. That's totally what I'm fucking getting from that.
Interesting and engaging and interactive. I'm a gamer and I enjoy games.
She sounds like a robot, and then when she says I'm a gamer, it just sounds so fake.
I love them. I think games are really where we're going. That I'm excited to see what happens as the culture grows up.
Video games are so interesting and engaging and interactive. I'm a gamer and I enjoy games.
I am a gamer. Yo. Oh, it couldn't sound any more fake,
Then
man.
a clip surfaced from a lecture she gave in 2010.
So it's not exactly a fandom. I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this.
You mean like the truth came out? Like, you know, her involvement in video games? Yeah, she had to force herself to like video games? Yeah, the truth came out because in the early days of her discussing video games, she was more honest. And then in order to get attention, she had to pretend to be credible. Yeah, that.
All of these
amazing
discoveries in tandem painted the image of an ideologue.
No, it exposed her, not painted the image.
That only came to games cynically.
This dude is a fucking cunt, not for nothing. What a dishonest fucking video, bro.
For many, it was a reason to dismiss her opinion entirely.
Yeah, she should be dismissed. Because she's invading a space she has no interest in. Fucking ridiculous.
Why are you attacking her? Are you afraid of her opinion? No, I don't give a shit about her opinion. She's a f***ing con artist. That makes me dismiss her opinion to begin with. Alright? You want to bring up the issue of sexism in games? You better find somebody who's got a little more credibility to do it.
It is what it is, bro. And I'm not here to defend the fucking Gamergate people that are weird or have their own skeletons in the closet. I don't remember half of these dudes. The only one I remembered so far, obviously, I remembered the atheist dude because he was the most popular dude to discuss atheism, but I don't remember his direct interaction with Anita Sarkeesian personally. And Mundane Matt, that dude, the dude that he brought up, I don't really recall. But like, if you're gonna go out of your way to bring up the extreme fucking weirdos that also have skeletons in their closet, I mean, it is what it is. Thunderfoot is awesome, by the way. See, I'm not too familiar with them by name. But this is such a dishonest fucking video. Oh my god.
The outrage included videos from both Mundane Matt and the Internet Aristocrat, better known as Jim. The latter's video wasn't just about Anita, but a wider issue he noticed on the internet, drawing comparisons to the atheism community.
And so you've got, that's a separate example. That's kind of what's happening with video games. You've got these political commentators, these people with his agenda that are shoving it into games for no reason.
And that is a fact. They're shoving their agenda into games. They're not actual gamers.
Right? And they're a problem, but what allows that to happen are the people that support them.
Jim chastised anyone who still defended her, which he saw epitomized in gaming journalism.
And it's not a minority opinion. It's almost, it's almost 50-50. And that's the craziest part about this. I mean, right now in the industry, we have...
My thing is, how is it 50-50? Like, what? Most people don't fuck with that shit. Like, really, the mass majority of gamers don't fuck with that shit. Still. Chill the weak paycheck chasers. It's the thing, man. It's the thing.
A few crucial problems.
He does nail it on the head, like, in terms of, like, yeah, this dude is not, this person, she is not at all credible, and she's a fucking problem, and she is forcing politics into a space that was relatively devoid of it. He means game devs and publishers. I got you. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes way more sense. Okay, I appreciate you for clarifying, Lois. And that I do agree with. And now it's like, it's a thing because
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
A woohoo. A woohoo. A woohoo. She hate gamers. Ha.
yeah. Thank you so much for the two, bro. Appreciate you. And that is definitely the problem because the industry adopted her as a viable asset. And also obviously the fucking gaming journos and shit. That's the problem. And the thing is, a lot of these people come from New York and LA. That's what it is, man.
One of them is
New York and
the
California.
journalists. And I'm
The
doing
really
air quotes around that
activist-driven
because
fucking
half the people who
states.
write for video game websites don't have journalism degrees.
The fake gamer allegations weren't going away.
They aren't allegations, bro. Like, he refuses to have an honest conversation.
Forcing her to once again respond on Twitter. Ever since I began playing video games at the age of 5, I've been told I don't belong.
You started playing video games at the age of 5, but you said that your fucking parents wouldn't let you play them. So you had no in-depth fucking, like, upbringing in gaming.
As a result, my relationship with gaming has been complicated.
You mean almost non-existent? Or downright disdain for?
Like many women who game, there have been periods in my life when the constant sexism and alienation have become almost too much to handle.
And it's crazy because it's like, have I experienced situations where, like, people dismissed me because I was a female and I liked, stuff like games, anime, and stuff? Yeah, that has happened sometimes, don't get me wrong. That's been a thing, but did I let that affect me in any way to where it's like, oh, I'm not going to play video games, or, oh, I have this disdain for gaming because of that? No! Like, gaming was my escapism from any criticism against me. Like, that was like, bro, like, at the end of the day, it's like I could deal with so much bullshit in my life, and my escapism was like, I'm just gonna play my games. And I didn't have to deal with criticism in gaming as a kid growing up, as a teenager. Now it's like, you have to deal with criticism being put in games because it's fucking propaganda now, or some of it.
I've had a love-hate relationship with gaming over the years. I've even taken breaks, but I've always
breaks by she means by breaks like the mass majority of her life, by the way.
Come back hoping it would get better. In hindsight, I think a lot of this comes down to Anita's own disconnect with what a gamer means.
You mean she doesn't understand because she's not a gamer?
I can relate since I'm called the gamer from Mars but haven't played through a video game in over 2 years.
What? What?
Exposed.
Yo, son!
Exposed. Exposed.
What?
Exposed. Exposed.
Oh yeah, what a fucking shock!
Exposed.
Dude!
Exposed. 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 You're exposed.
What a fucking surprise! Wow! Imagine thinking that that was smart to admit in this video.
You are exposed, sir. I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you.
Yo, that is crazy, dog. That is insane. Yo,
it's time for some exposure.
That is crazy, bro. Just outright admits, I don't actually play video games, even though I have a gaming-centric channel. But what a fucking surprise that you're Anita Dick Eater. Wow, crazy, dog.
To many, it's a term that invokes a clear subculture, while to others, it's about playing any video game. Think about the internal divide between those that are hardcore and casual.
Bro, saying you haven't played through a video game in over 2 years doesn't even make you a casual, dog.
Many have pointed out.
I know, right? The JTech scream.
Doubt she would have never played most of the titles in her series if her research didn't demand it.
That completely admits, like, hey, yo, I'm only playing these video games to grift. Calling it research is hilarious. I'm only playing things that I hate to grift. Is this the part where he's honest and doesn't even realize how damaging it is?
That's a valid point and something she's admitted herself. But the thing is, I'd argue most gaming YouTubers play games they wouldn't in their leisure, as that's often part of the job.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
Peace out, Quiet Christ. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Bro, what the fuck is he talking about? Most gaming YouTubers play games that they hate? What?
You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you.
That's not me.
Oh my god, expose you.
That's not me, bro. What the fuck? Like, you guys were begging me to play fucking, what's it called? Dustborn. Did I play that shit? Fuck no, brother. That's crazy, dog. It's almost like you're surrounded by grifters and you think that accounts for the mass majority of gaming YouTubers. Huh. What a fucking surprise. Yeah, this little segment here explains so much about his viewpoints. It is wild. No, the mass majority of gaming YouTubers don't exclusively play video games that they hate. That's fucking crazy speak. Now, would I play a video game that I know I'd hate? Yes. But would it be an ideologically driven game? Highly unlikely. And it would still be a minimal. There's too many guys, there's too many games for me to spend time playing games I know I'd fucking hate. And for that to be the only shit I would do. That's crazy. These are what we call the Gamer from Mars sellouts. Yes, where they don't actually have a passion for games anymore. So all they do is play video games that they hate because their audience wants it. That's really what it is at the end of the day. And you've admitted to being one of them. The feminist from Mars. Yeah, the fucking fraud from Mars. Holy shit. The fake gamer from Mars. The I hate gaming from Mars. I don't even know what to say. This is crazy. Yeah, to him, gaming is clearly a job. And he doesn't do his job very well, it seems like. He hasn't played through a video game in 2 years. Dude, do you know how many fucking short video games there are that you could play through? That is crazy. For him, like, dude, for you to say, with how many small bite-sized games there are nowadays, for you to say you haven't played through an entire video game in over 2 years is fucking crazy speak. It doesn't really take much, bro. It doesn't take much. Male feminist from Uranus. That's crazy.
So it's important to note that realistic-looking first-person shooters and other games that employ graphic violence and sexist imagery are not the only games out there, even though they do tend to get most of the attention when it comes to talk of serious gaming.
And what's weird is, like, most of the games that she's talking about are, like, niche in nature. Like, Bayonetta is a very niche game. It's a niche franchise. It's done enough to stay around, but Bayonetta has never been, like, super fucking, like popular. It's so, like, she clearly has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. As he should be denied bail. Diddy should not fucking get bail. I mean, look how long it took for them to catch his ass. I mean, forget sitting in prison. Sit under the fucking prison. Sit under the jail cell. Crazy. Not to get too confused, obviously, but you know what I mean. Niche games, I guess. It's easy targets for her to push a narrative. Absolutely. Like, I don't know if I don't think that she thinks that they're niche games. I really don't think so. I don't think she has enough understanding. I love hearing people who don't play games Talk about how video games are supposed to be. Yeah, exactly, right? Fucking wild. SN Diddy, Freaky. Oh, to the moon?
It's over
Yeah.
9,000! What,
James,
9,000?
my man.
Everything he said means zero. He is just a douche.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for the two, but dude, he has admitted to a hefty amount of things that definitely are being held against him, deservingly so. It's crazy. It's crazy how I can understand why he relates to Anita now, because he finds himself in a similar situation to Anita, but still thinks he's credible and that he deserves a voice. So, yeah, if you don't play video games yourself, no wonder why you think Anita is a credible source for discussing gaming. Huh. What a surprise. Hey, Rev, what's up? Oh no, I haven't played video games in 3 minutes and I'm still a gamer, LMA. Shout out to you, Rev. Much love. But yeah, it's... Now I understand his perspective entirely. No wonder why we've been thinking of him as a clown this whole time. We just didn't have the reasoning until now.
Because I'm often frustrated with the male-dominated, blood and guts, testosterone-driven shoot-'em-up games that seem to dominate the Xbox and PS3 platforms. Having so many creative, simple, intuitive, and non-traditional games available right in our pockets has really helped bring gaming to a wider range of people, including to more women.
So you're admitting that gaming, there's games for everybody, but then you're choosing to bitch about the ones that aren't for you, even though there's different games for different people. And she's really sounding like one of those, and he mentioned it in the beginning of his video, that she was being framed as sort of like an anti, how do you say, like an anti, just being against violence and shit. So if she's just one of those, like, imagine having a discussion where it's like, oh, it's more than just about women in gaming, huh? But she has to frame it that way because that gets her the most attention. Framing it as just being anti-violence in games and being one of those crazies from the 90s, yeah, you're automatically dismissed easily. Ew, what is that thing on my phone screen, Juan? Brother. So she's admitting that, yeah, there's no reason for her to be on her fuck shit because there's different games for everybody. And that's always been the case. That has always been the case. But gaming for a long time and still is for dudes primarily. As much as they want to pretend that, oh, it's not. It is. Majority of actual serious gamers that are into gaming is predominantly male. It's predominantly male. Still. And if you include people like Anita Sarkeesian specifically in the space, then yeah, I guess it might be more female because anybody can call themselves a gamer nowadays, it seems like. Even if they don't like games, even if they don't play video games, even if they admit to doing it just for research purposes or, you know, for their grift, if you want to be honest.
Who may have never considered themselves gamers before.
Her view is that she enjoyed gaming, but not enjoying those games drove her away from saying that she was a fan. If you asked me at the time, I would probably have said
Your
I
dog's
wasn't
a gamer too?
I don't even know if I want to say that now, but whatever.
See, she's ashamed of it. And it's like, if you're ashamed of it, don't be a part of it. It's fine to not want to be a part of something. It's completely fine. See, this is the people I oppose. Like, dude, it's not that I want to gatekeep, but I do support gatekeeping. I support gatekeeping for those who seek to change my hobby. You don't deserve to be here. Period.
It seems like one of her goals with the series was to encourage games that didn't fall into these categories.
I want to make absolutely clear that I am in no way saying that games that involve violence are always bad or have no value. What I am saying is at their best, video games can promote problem-solving skills, critical thinking, creative mathematics, and confidence building.
Oh, I want to actually promote positive games while going on to spew nothing but negativity about the games that you don't like. Huh.
Now, there are still valid reasons to raise this.
Oh, you missed a lot, Juan. There has been a lot to this video that has enlightened us. Especially about the gamer from Mars himself. Dude hasn't played through a video game in over 2 years.
Points. It's a bias that's affected her work, resulting in a misleading or inaccurate portrayal of certain genres. This is important when she...
Like, what's crazy is he's saying that the mass majority of gaming YouTubers play games that they don't even like or want to play. What's wild about that is, like, dude, there's not enough... the problem is there's too many games that I want to play. There's too many fucking games that I want to play. A lot of them are small in scale. A lot of them are indie. Like, I'm actually about to buy, Plucky Squire. When the stream is over, when I'm done with the stream. Like, I really want to play Plucky Squire, so I'm about to buy that. I don't even have the time to play it. I don't have the time to play it right now. I told my game share partners, like, guys, I'm not playing this for the next 2 days, but I'm buying it to support it. You're welcome to play it. So it's just going to be an unused copy, you know, for the next few days. I have too many games that I want to play. I don't have time to play games that I have zero interest in. Now, if there's one within reason that I think would be funny, would be entertaining to play that I don't like, that you guys would find genuine entertainment out of, that isn't some bullshit like Dustborn, then yeah. Like, I would rather play something like Lord of the Rings Gollum than play something like Dustborn. Because Gollum is just like, it's not a politically driven game. It's just a bad video game. That's so bad it's actually funny. You know? But do I want to go out of my way to play video games that I don't like? No. Because I can't even get to all the video games that I do. I have not even bought Space Marines 2 yet. Because, like, I just don't have the time to play it, and spending that money is just it's a waste. Now, I'll do it for an indie game that I'm not going to play, because indie games are relatively smaller in scale. Like, they don't normally cost, you know, they're usually not a full price game. So, that's what it is. So, I'll throw money at an indie game, even if I'm not necessarily going to play it right away. But to buy a AAA game and not have time to play it, it's like, dude, I can't get to all these games. I can't get to all of them. Oh my god, I'm in. I still plan to finish Resident Evil 4, but that just goes to show, dude, there's so many games that I do want to play. I just don't have the fucking time to play them all. So imagine being like, yeah, most YouTubers play games that they hate. What a fucking bullshit lie, man. What a fucking liar. Yo, Lazy, what's good with you, my guy? I'll go out of my way to watch Halloween Resurrection. And you see it as going out of your way.
She presents herself as an authority.
Wording,
I mean,
my guy.
Tropes vs. Women was released with a classroom curriculum. That really matters for material intended for educational use. But I don't think it necessarily invalidates all of her points.
This is of course you don't. Of course you don't, because, bro, what a fucking simp
The problem
loser.
is, once again, she wasn't receiving mainstream pushback. When Anita visited DICE, rumors circulated she was hired for input on the sequel to Mirror's Edge.
And it's crazy that these companies, it's the companies themselves that validated her. If it be, oh, they felt sorry because, you know, you have your couple of extremists in a group of people that had massive, you know, had massive criticism towards her. Like, or they just genuinely believed in her ideology. And it's like, you promoting her is saying fuck you to the people that pay your bills and keep your fucking lights on. And look, this is Battlefield 5 specifically. The one that really fucked the franchise. That was like the first one that destroyed the franchise. And it's what a fucking surprise that Anita Sarkeesian had a fucking seminar there over at DICE. What a surprise. And then it turns out that Battlefield 5 was one of the fucking worst battlefields that actually that promoted World War II. And I heard that the gameplay is good, but guess what? Nobody cared. You know why? Because of the disgraceful portrayal of World War II. The disinterest in properly even attempting to portray that time period in a war video game. Mirror's Edge suffered because of it. I never played the Mirror's Edge reboot. Because I heard that there was such shit involved in it.
This was debunked, but not before a petition against her involvement got 54,000 signatures. It's unsurprising her supporters remained.
Yeah, Dismal Dave. Now EA just announced the new fucking Battlefield. And guess what? They're trying to replicate Battlefield 3. What a fucking surprise going back. They fucking doubled and tripled down on the fuck shit. Now they're trying to go back to, you know, pre-Anita Sarkeesian fucking bullshit.
Uncritical. It served to start a conversation, which even reached Shigeru Miyamoto, who would say, "Certainly I don't think that video games are the only genre that portrays things that way. And maybe it's just because I'm a male, I haven't given it a lot of deep thought over the years."
Oh my god, and you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't fucking have to. Make what you want to make. You're an artist at the end of the day. And it's sad that this bullshit spewed from this fucking cunt made it as far as it did.
This quote
What's this fucking
encapsulates
cancer,
another
bro?
funny theme of the culture war.
Another funny theme. Oh, let's be super dismissive to her detractors while also, you know, defending this woman.
While
Holy shit.
Westerners were fighting over representation in Japanese games like Mario, the Japanese simply seemed disinterested and continued to
Continue to be disinterested. They're starting to cave now, though. It's scary. We're headed down scary times, man. Yo, my man, Black Metal Gamer. It's karma for these big publishers now bleeding money on failing games. Yeah, now they got to go back to the good times. They're trying to grab from that. Yep, EA killed so many studios. They're fucking notorious for it.
do whatever they felt like, making all of this seem kind of pointless. In March 2014, GDC honored Ms. Sarkeesian with the Game Developers Ambassador.
Miss Sarkeesian? Oh my god. Oh no, Devastator. Oh no.
It was presented by Neil Druckmann.
Don't go
the
there,
head of Naughty
sir.
Dog.
She loves video games. She's so passionate about them that she feels they're worth fighting for. It is my honor to present the Game Developers Ambassador Award to Anita Sarkeesian.
What a fucking bitch, bro. What a major cuck boy. Oh my god. Look at him stand with his little face. His little bitch face. She's so passionate about video games. It is my honor. Yo, these dudes are laughable bitches, man. And this is why Anita, guys, not to shit on you dudes, man. Because we have some strong men in chat. Shout out to y'all. But the reason why bitches like Anita got as far as she did is because of weak men like this fucking idiot. Weak ass men. That is why Anita got as far as she did. Weak men like Neil Cuckman. Weak men are what got her, or what made it possible to get as far as she did. Anita tanked up to be in politics, Marxist cunt. Yeah, there's a lot of betas. There's a lot of men that were raised by women with no father figure in their life. And you know what? The shame is that's not even an excuse, because I know men, dudes personally. I've had friends that have been raised by women, and guess what? They're good men. So that's not even an excuse.
This was misportrayed as
Yeah,
her being
Busters
given the
is
Gaming
definitely a good way to
Luminary
put it.
Award, which would have put her on the same level as Miyamoto. Notch, the creator of Minecraft, believed this and called the GDC out for being terrified of social terrorists. The conference even received a bomb threat demanding that they take back her award. The division only intensified.
Oh my god. How serious are we talking about this shit? It's like, I don't know if you guys on Twitter that followed me, I don't know if you guys remember a person that said, "Oh, I know where you live." Like, they tweeted at me saying, like, "Yeah, you have a nice house there." Like, saying that they know where I live and shit. You have a nice house. And I don't know if you remember what my reply was, but it happened to be a picture of me holding some lead. Oh, I'm like, oh, thank you very much. That was my reply. And then their reply showed that they were just completely full of shit. They just posted, and it was a console gremlin that was doing this, and what their reply was it was a picture of an AK right next to a PC, a gaming centric looking PC, and it's like, okay, we know that you're completely full of shit. Yeah. But like, what kind of threats are we talking here? Legitimate threats, or people just saying shit just to say shit, and you just lump that in as, oh, this is a credible threat?
As things continue
Someone did that to Marlon recently. It happens, bro. Like, there's a lot of dude. You know how many people, how many DMs I had on my old account specifically, where people, and I never deleted them. It's kind of a shame that my account got yeeted, but you know, like, people wanted me to go, like, you know, myself.
It's over 9,000.
How many people wanted that shit?
What 9,000?
How many people, you know?
N1 exited for Fag0NH fail guard.
Yo. Oh, yeah, I don't know anybody personally that's excited for that, but when they're talking about the hair being like the most, you know, the most exciting thing about the game, that says everything I need to know. And they were like gloating about the hair, and I'm like, dude, like, this was better looking in the remaster of the Tomb Raider reboot, dude. Like, what are we doing? But Black Metal Gamer, thank you so much for this too, my guy.
Of any sensible discourse was lost. Angry Joe saw backlash after defending feminist frequency in his list of the year's gaming controversies.
Dude, what a fucking sellout he is. I don't know about you, but I stopped listening to Angry Joe when he fucking shat on his audience. I think, and to be fair, I think his audience was mad that he was taking a vacation. He was taking a break. And like, I think that your audience, like, if your audience cares about you, they should be okay with you taking a break. You know, they shouldn't be adamantly against that, because I think everybody needs a break. You know? Like, everyone needs a fucking break. Like, there's some weeks where I don't post much content, like videos, because, like, I'm not going to force myself to talk about stuff that I don't want to talk about. And you know what? It ends up being a little break sometimes. It happens. Yeah, you stop fucking with Angry Joe after the Eric July beef. For me, I stopped fucking with him when so basically his audience was like, fuck you for taking a break, and his reply was like this fucking tirade going on a fucking tangent. And it's like, you could have handled that so much better, bro. Like, I understand that what your audience wants is not fair, but you have to be reasonable to the people that put you in the position that you are, even if they may seem to be unreasonable. Because I think demanding that a creator not take a break is unreasonable. That doesn't mean you should be unreasonable in return. Everyone wants to stay with you forever. And you know, the thing is, it's like a lot of people pretend to be real ones until when it counts. You know what I mean? Look, you know, Blaze and BitCloud, for example, have been through shit that I haven't been through yet. I haven't experienced firsthand. And so I understand their perspectives, you know? I ain't there, but I understand. And it is what it is, man. I see it. I see, you know, their perspective on things. So it's one of those things where I may not have directly, I don't directly understand their perspective, but I can relate and I sympathize and I understand. Everyone needs a break at some point. Otherwise, you make yourself go insane. Absolutely. And so, like I said, his audience was unfair to him, but the way he responded was completely out of line. You don't go at your audience that way. all you can do is try to make them understand, and that is what it is. But that's when I stopped fucking with him. That was a long time ago. That was like a good 10 years ago, give or take. Yo, Dragoon Knight, what's good with you, my brother? Appreciate you being here. Joe picked the journalist side during the first Gamergate. He did. What a fucking cunt, though. People come and go, Cass. Absolutely. It does happen. That's a part of life. People come and go. It's no different than the internet.
And this next thing is gonna blow your f***ing mind. Trust me, many feminists f***ing love sex.
Anita.
So fucking weird. What? Yo, it's fucking weird, bro. Why would you post that?
Was causing a giant stir, but soon she would release
That's
a
so
new
fucking
episode of her
weird.
show that would cause the largest backlash to date. In June 2014, Anita released Women as Background Decoration. This proved to be her most controversial video.
Oh my god, it's so petty. Like, this bitch is so petty, man. Anything to have something to say.
With her infamous discussion of Hitman Absolution. To be fair, I think the first half of this upload is fairly well articulated. Anita discusses—
Of course you do, bro. Of course you do, you fucking cuck.
Is what she calls non-playable sex objects, taking issue with how many titles portray sex workers. This leads into her argument for why objectification is different in video games due to its interactability.
These active viewing mechanics encourage players to collaborate with developers in sexual objectification by enabling gamers to scope out and spy on non-playable sex objects.
Where she starts losing the plot is when discussing its
Amazing. It's almost like she doesn't understand level design. In Hitman specifically. Yeah, it's crazy, dog. It's crazy.
Connection to violence. Anita argues that in many open world or sandbox style games, devs enable players to directly abuse non-playable sex objects.
It's crazy. We're almost at 100 likes. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, it really helps me out. What's crazy about this is that she needs to push it in a females are fucked over sort of way. Dude, in this open world sandbox style game, everybody can get the work. Everybody. In GTA, guess what? You can abuse anybody. Yo, modern gaming is trash. Appreciate you pulling up. And you're asking what happened to your main Twitter. So, it got mass flagged and it got suspended. So like weirdo fucking PlayStation console gremlins that they basically do this weird thing where they roleplay as Star Wars characters, and their whole goal, they're obsessive weirdos, is to just mass flag people that they don't agree with. It's particularly now pointed towards PC players or PC commentaries. So that's kind of a thing. They're a bunch of weirdos. So if you guys haven't noticed, my my original Cult Classic Cage Twitter account got yeeted. If you'd like to follow me again, my new Twitter handle is @Mario Kart. Yeah, Silent Night. These are the type of weirdos that we're dealing with. But no, I say that they're like the really fringe weirdos of society. But the problem is a lot of like people like for example, we got the Koala Man. He allows that shit to happen. He doesn't call it out. He actually kind of mingles with them because he's a fucking weirdo like the rest of them. But it's not a widespread thing. But that is a thing. They are PlayStation supporters. Like they are the fringe extra weirdos that actually want to cause harm in a sense of wanting to. They want to essentially cancel the people that oppose their viewpoint. So that I don't support at all. There's not a lot of PlayStation fanboys that are in support of that though. That's the difference between them. Because then it's like I want to get rid of the people that I make content on, sort of deal. So yeah, sadly that is the case. Like that is sadly the case. So Yeah, if you guys want to follow my new Twitter, it's at Mario Kart on Twitter. The link is in the description below. But guys, we officially got over 100 likes. That's usually the goal of my live stream, so thank you guys so much for that. We're actually at 104 likes, so thank you so much. Yeah, how dare you have an opinions different from mine? I'm gonna try and bait you into saying something sus so I can mass flag you for hate speech. What a bunch of fucking cunts.
Players are meant to derive a perverse pleasure from desecrating the bodies of unsuspecting virtual female characters.
Bro. Dude, there's no intended fucking thing to this. You could choose to do that. You could also choose to do the same thing to male NPC characters as well. What the fuck is the argument here?
It's a rush streaming from a carefully concocted mix of sexual arousal connected to the act of controlling and punishing representations of female sexuality.
Nah, this bitch is weird. This bitch is weird. Yo, Aaron!
Jim/Metaker was always right and did nothing wrong.
Metaker, I appreciate the two, brother. And I'm not... Hold on, let me look up this person. Because I know that name. Mr. Metaker. James, that's his name. Oh my god, they have pronouns on WikiTube. Depression. Yeah, it's like, she just, at this point, like, the response to people like her is just to include no females in video games. But then she would bitch and whine about that. It's like, it's impossible to please people like this. Because the first thing she's like, oh, well, there's females in video games, and because you can, like, negatively interact with them like everyone else in the games, therefore it's bad. But then you're like, okay, well, since it's bad that you can negatively interact with the females, let's take them out of the games entirely. Then she would bitch that there's no women in games. It's impossible to win against these people, and that's what she wants. She wants there to be no point in which you're doing the right thing so that she can forever grift. That's what it is, man. He was internet aristocrat as well. Okay, I'm familiar with that name as well. Vaguely familiar. Honestly, I'm the type of person I forget more than I remember. And that's not, it's not against him, it's just me in general. I'm fucking terrible. My memory sucks.
The issue with this point is that Hitman actively discourages players from what she asserts, with her own footage showing them being penalized. By the time you reach...
You literally do get penalized for forcing kills and shit, but the amazing thing, like the amazing thing about Hitman, many Hitman games, pretty much the entire premise of it is that, like, you have the freedom to carry out kills the way that you want to. That's what makes it awesome. Like, you can play different level, like, you can play the same level so many different ways, and that's what makes it amazing. The problem is that she wouldn't understand or care about that because she's not a gamer. She's likely never played Hitman, and yeah. This is the fucking issue that we bring up.
That mission in the game, it's apparent killing anyone except your target will jeopardize your actual mission. Her argument extends further to GTA, alleging players are incentivized to murder women because they drop bundles of cash. But these are general functions of any NPC. The same applies to her idea of
It's great. She's talking about hoes. Bro, of course they're gonna have more money. Oh my god, women have more money. This is bad. Like, the game in no way, GTA is in no way telling you to specifically go out of your way to murder women. Like, that is not at all the case.
Disposability. It's true for any NPC regardless of gender.
Exactly.
Now, where I'll differ in my criticism is that I don't think she was intentionally lying here.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't, because you have a fucking bias, you lying sack of shit. Of course you would differ. What a fucking loser.
Her position is that the ability to make this choice at all is worthy
Absolute
of
simp,
examination,
man. 100%.
regardless of gender.
Typically, all the non-essential characters in sandbox-style games are killable, but it's the sexualized women whose instrumentality and brutalization is gendered and eroticized in ways that men never are.
This is her making an assumption that dudes deliberately get off to this so they terrorize women. And like, you're causing this inherently because you make that a focal point.
What, 9,000?
Anita sounds like the type who complains about Doom containing satanic imagery.
I know, right?
Well duh, you are fighting the demons.
And yo, not for nothing. First off, Censor, thank you so much for the 5. But not for nothing, what the Amazing Atheist was saying, like comparing her to those types, I mean, he was dead on. He was dead on with that. He called that shit off rip early on. What a fucking surprise. And it's like, dude, she makes it so weird on purpose. And it's like, the response to her bitching and whining is to do what she's saying. Ooh, I had to sneeze. Oh, man. Thankfully I didn't. Holy shit. That could have gotten nasty quick. Holy shit. But what she's saying, like, dudes are just gonna, their response is gonna be, well, you're gonna bitch and whine and cry about this, so I'm gonna deliberately do it. Like, you're causing it. Like, people are just gonna kill anybody. And if they can make a joke out of it in the game, then they're just gonna make a joke out of it in the game while they're killing everybody. And you're bothered by this, so guess what? It just encourages it. Because people are just gonna, the response is going to be, thank you guys, I appreciate it. The response is going to be to spite you. Because of your fucking disdain for gaming. Like, people will go out of their way just to spite you. Remember the hot coffee mod, yeah.
It's true most aren't inviting you to objectify them while committing violence. But this, if anything, is a consequence of the engine. If a game is set in a strip club, should there be specific rules so that you can't injure the strippers? There are also just some ridiculous tangents.
This is why games like Star Wars Outlaws, you can't do bad things. Oh my god, we don't want our game to purposely harm anybody that's an NPC character, so you can't. There's so much that's withheld from the player now in games that it's fucking boring. The games have become boring.
That only weaken her argument further.
If caught by the police, the screen will fade to black, and 5 seconds later, your character will be standing outside the police station, minus a few dollars or items, but free to go about your business as if nothing happened.
Yes, because it's a fucking video game. Like, it's almost like she doesn't understand the concept that it's not real life. Imagine being forced to do time in a video, like hard time in a video game. And it's not an actual mechanic. It's like, hey, we have to go out of our way to penalize the player for doing bad stuff. Yeah, exactly, Mason. Welcome to GTA.
The focus on these otherwise generic mechanics just isn't convincing, and really, it comes down to the reoccurring problem that she doesn't propose
Game
any
over
solution.
equals bricks your
Anita
game, yo.
acknowledges these characters are used to create an environment, yet clearly thinks it
NPCs
isn't
have feelings
unjustified.
too? Oh no.
I understand what she's saying, and some are definitely egregious, but many portray how women are treated in specific time periods or environments.
What a fucking simp, bro. I understand that she's wrong, but I want to agree with her anyway. You fucking bitch.
Oftentimes, it's shown in a negative lens in service of a greater theme or point. I don't think not focusing
NPC
on the
lives
horrific
matter.
reality of women's suffering invalidates that. If you're going to argue this, you have to delve deeper into why it's wrong. Her approach misses the point and doesn't interrogate the subject deeply enough. At the end of the day, I just think Anita doesn't like the idea of violent video games in general.
At the end of the day, she's one of those crazies from the 90s in modern day, but just has a feminist slant. Oh my god, what a surprise. So why can't we just discredit her like we have everyone else that bitched and whined about violent video games? Why does this cunt still feel the need to defend her? That's my question. Because she does, whether you want to admit to it or not, she just falls under that same fucking lens of dudes that were just against violence in video games. She does fall under that moniker, so why can she simply just not be discredited? Because of her inherent political ideology. That's the only reason why. And they don't want to have that conversation. People are cowards, that's why. That's another thing, too. Yeah, because if you stand against her ideology, then you are deemed as the problem and you become the one to attack. That is a problem.
But
people don't want to stand up. People don't want to stand up and have the honest conversation. That's why, Lord Blaze. Absolutely. He saw her marrying herself and thought, I stand a chance. Yo.
And just caused a new round of backlash.
Crazy, bro.
The problem was that no one who played the game does that. Trust me, I watched at least 40 playthroughs and none of them attacked the dancers. Because in Hitman, you're not meant to kill innocent people. Indeed, you get penalized for it.
This is a...
Exactly. Like, if you're trying to do a very serious playthrough where you're trying to get high scores, you're trying to do shit right, like, yeah, you're not going to attack the dancers. The game is inherently designed with the intention of the player doing as good as they possibly can. Therefore, they wouldn't be doing what she's mad about.
Around the same time when Jordan Owen and fellow men's rights activist Davis Arini began crowdfunding a documentary to take her down.
Oh my god, these crowdfunding fucking campaigns are insane, bro. People need to do a lot less crowdfunding. Especially if there's nothing present at the time of asking. Like, if you're just like, hey, you know, I have this idea and I want you to fund it. Like, no. A lot of that shit needs to stop. Now, if you're like, hey, I have something made and I want to release it, but I also want to be, you know, like, I'm providing a piece of entertainment or whatever have you. I'm providing something and would like to be compensated in return. If there's a desire for that item, then okay, it's already made, you're about to drop it, whatever. But a lot of crowdfunding has been such bullshit, especially early on too. Like, people are a little bit hip to it, but still, you get burned, you know? It's always possible to get burned. Anita's gonna be the 59-year-old bitch complaining at Walmart about wrong prices. Isn't she intent? Oh my god. Hey, Ziggy boy. Ziggy's gonna start bothering me because he knows it's dinner time soon.
Called the Sarkeesian effect. They launched a Patreon which quickly netted them $9,000 a month. And yes, the irony...
Oh my god, dude. $9,000 a month. That's crazy, bro. $9,000 a month to a grift. The Zig man. The Zigmeister. Is crazy. It's crazy how many grifters made so much money. I've never actually seen this documentary.
Of people complaining Anita got too much money for what amounted to a YouTube video is not lost on me. But we'll get back to the Sarkeesian effect a little later on. On August 16th, 2014, game developer Zoe Quinn's export...
Here we go. Finally. More than halfway through this shit. By the way, guys, I'm gonna have to end it in like 20 minutes. But we got through as much as we could. We're gonna continue up until 10 p.m. EST. My stomach is turning hearing McLovin wanna be on. No, Maximo. Yeah, he's a fucking bitch. Well, we finally got to Zoe Quinn. And apparently your ex-boyfriend, big yikes.
Boyfriend published an online expose detailing their relationship. He accused Zoe of cheating on him with 5 guys in the industry. This would spark the hashtag Gamergate, which was a harassment campaign against women in gaming.
Is he gonna say the other side? Hold on.
Or an online movement meant to address ethics in video game journalism, depending on who you ask.
And I have a feeling what side he stands on. It isn't like he said it first on purpose.
A major catalyst for this were attempts to limit open discussion of the controversy, including a video by Mundane Matt that got false flagged.
What you're looking at is a copyright claim against a YouTube user by the name of Mundane Matt on a video called Hell Hath No Fury Like a Lover Scorned. That copyright claim was filed by Zoe Quinn.
Although Anita
Of course. What a fucking bitch, bro.
wasn't originally involved in this mess, her appearance was somewhat inevitable. In previous blogs, she criticized several platforms for their lack of adequate report systems. This
Yeah, I guess we know where Five Guys started. Oh my god.
became a talking point with outlets calling on Twitter to fix this free speech problem. It eventually led to a petition for Twitter to add a report abuse button, which received over 130,000 signatures, yet didn't succeed until what happened next. On August 26, a sock account was created named Kevin Dobson. The user tweeted graphic assault fantasies at Anita, before sharing her address and threatening her life.
Damn, see, shit like that is fucked. Shit like that is fucked. Because it's like, dude, you're sharing her address. We know what your intentions are. We know what your intentions are. But the problem is, like, dudes like that. And then, but also the problem is, well, the extremists, this person is indeed an extremist, but then they lump everybody as an extremist. Exactly, it's not helping anyone. Like, shit like that, obviously, all rational people oppose, even people that happen to disagree with Anita directly. But pulling shit like that is absolutely fucked, because obviously we know what you want to happen by doing so. And people like that should they should honestly the book should be thrown at them, man. Really. Same thing with swatting. The book should be thrown at them.
The feminist alerted authorities, quickly retreating to a friend's house. The next day, she publicly shared screenshots. This started a firestorm, with headline after headline about how she'd been driven out of her home. It was likely the last straw for Twitter.
It's almost like super dick eating. Like, dude, like, it's so fucked up. Because, like, the defense force is out for her, but then, like, the one person happens to be fucked up. It doesn't account for the mass majority. Does one thing, it's like, one thing fucked up. So annoying, man.
Who added the report function a month
Motherfuckers
later.
like Polygon controlling the narrative.
Critics weren't convinced of the validity of this stalker. They felt it was awfully convenient this took place shortly after her latest video.
I mean, I don't think that, I don't know. I don't know if, I don't think Anita would share her fucking actual address. You know what I mean? Are you upset when your Twitter account got suspended? I mean, I was kind of surprised, but I've been honestly testing, like, how far I can go on Twitter. Because I had never gotten reprimanded in any serious way before. Like, I never got, suspended for a week, for a month, for a few days. Like, that never happened. So I was like, how far can I go with this bullshit? Like, being a piece of shit? Or being an asshole? And so, the weird thing was I'd never gotten, like, I just got permaclapped without any, like, oh, you're just gonna get suspended for a week. So, it is what it is.
They theorize she wrote the threats herself, as they were made seconds before the screenshot was taken. That doesn't make much sense though, given the account posted 3 more after the image.
Like, the thing is, I should have been suspended, like, years ago. I should have been suspended right when I made my Cult Classic Cage account, if I'm completely honest. So the fact it took that long, I mean, some bitch made shit, man.
They also criticized her for soliciting donations.
Whatever. I don't really care. Twitter's trash. Like, the people that value Twitter, like, the people that value Twitter and don't even make content are the most hilarious of all. Like, you have to understand, the types of people that try to get people like me suspended, they're the biggest cunts because they don't actually...
Gamergate, the hashtag didn't exist until August 27th. It was coined by actor Adam Baldwin, who linked to Jim's video. The next day, a wave of articles...
See, this is the problem. Like, people in Gamergate, like Adam Baldwin... Oh, man. I think OBS had a moment, but you guys hear me? Everything cool? My bad. We're back. A real OBS moment.
by the mainstream gaming press were released which declared that gamers
Cool. My
were
bad,
dead.
Joe.
The movement was now in full swing, polarizing conversations around Anita further. The industry took her side, with 1,000 devs signing an open letter to end intolerance in gaming. How a petition could change that, I still don't know. Then her story hit the actual mainstream, enraging critics further.
Dear mainstream media, I can't but help find it ironic that you are rushing to the aid of a damsel in distress when that very same damsel has pointed out again and again how sexist it is to rescue damsels like this.
2 days later, a user spammed her with CP, which led her to once again bring up Twitter's poor mechanisms. Thunderfoot uploaded 3 more videos.
That's so weird, bro. Ugh, so disgusting.
About her that month, including Anita Sarkeesian and the bitchy tweets. This one argued, is it sexist to call someone who is being a bitch?
Well, that link is no
That's a good
surprise to her
question.
Tumblr account. And if you take a look, you'll see a bunch of screen caps of tweets of people who really don't like Anita. Almost 50 of them. Well, like I was saying, that kind of happens when you lie to people's faces.
This is also when Republicans started taking interest. Milo Yiannopoulos published his first article in support of Gamergate, and Christina Hoff Sommers mocked Anita for the American Enterprise Institute. It wasn't long until the creator of Beat Up Sarkeesian joined the cause. Of course, adding fuel to the fire was her new phrase, listen and believe.
So I leave you with one simple thought. One of the most radical things you can do is to actually believe women when they tell you about their experiences.
In context, it was about victim blaming, but something about the phrase felt draconian. It quickly became the basis for memes criticizing the lack of open discussion surrounding Gamergate.
That's facts, Power. The first Gamergate was definitely a huge grift magnet. Absolutely.
With their crosshairs on the press, the Gamergate movement started targeting advertisers. They managed to get Intel to drop Gamasutra, although the technology company reversed and issued an apology later. Milo tried to refute Anita by emailing San Francisco police alleging she never filed a report. He retracted this after learning it was handled by the FBI. Gamergate eventually reached NPR, resulting in her first tweet about the hashtag. Even with the uncertainty, she was still scheduled for several venues. That included Utah State University on October 15th, but the event was canceled a day prior after a very detailed bomb threat. The email vowed revenge, threatening the deadliest school shooting in American history.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But, I mean, like, it's a shame that it even got to that point, man. Makes you question allegations. Absolutely. That too. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to defend any of this nonsense, you know? The nonsense is bad. But who knows, man? Who the fuck knows? Like, the problem is just this inherent need to always just be in a position of being a victim. And that makes people call into question everything. And they have to. All you want to do is just be a victim all the time, so... About to take a nap. Well, I got 10 minutes for y'all still left in me. You can hear a lot more clearly now. But, like, what's a shame is that someone like Anita had more of a voice than actual people that supported this industry financially for decades. And then you wonder why so many people opposed her. She had done nothing of benefit to gaming. Nothing. Didn't even play video games. And you continue to give her a voice in the space. Fucking sad, man.
Police quickly determined there was no risk to students. She raised concerns over the state's concealed carry
Hypocrites are
laws.
allowed,
It once
absolutely.
again stirred a media frenzy, with the New York Times attributing it to Gamergate. She later wrote an op-ed for the outlet, only propelling her deeper into the mainstream, appearing on MSNBC and The Colbert Report.
So I speak for all gamers when I say the
Bullshit.
media should stop talking to critics like Anita Sarkeesian. Here now to be talked to is media critic and creator of the web series Feminist Frequency, Anita Sarkeesian.
She was even invited.
See, it's like, clearly all this shit was done with clear disdain. If that doesn't make it any more obvious, I don't know what does. There's a level of spitefulness to everything they've done. Huge level of spitefulness.
To the International Symposium of Digital Ethics. With Anita at the forefront, everyone began talking about her. Thunderfoot alone uploaded 7 more videos about Anita before the end of the year. TJ Kirk, among many, argued threats like this weren't uncommon online, and most aren't a legitimate danger. This is really when terms like professional victim became popular. It accused people of playing up their own misfortune for profit. It wasn't long until opponents adopted this tactic, which Milo refined into the campus outrage cycle. This would be when him and other online right-wing figures would go to college campuses, feminists would try to shut it down, and they would cry that they're being silenced. Many Gamergaters were irritated enough to identify her harassers themselves. Their efforts were successful enough to get credit from Kotaku even. By this point, discussions surrounding Anita Sarkeesian overshadowed anything related to her actual videos. And theories
He talks about Kotaku like it's credible, holy shit.
of Macintosh being the brains of the operation continue to circulate. This intensified after Feminist Frequency uploaded 25 invisible benefits of gaming while male. The video created by Macintosh was made with 25 other men, including Tim Schafer and Adam Sessler.
Oh my god.
It wasn't long until his surname became synonymous with the archetype of a male feminist. The hashtag
Oh yeah. Could it be any more obvious?
Full Macintosh was coined to mock them, which 2 male feminists tried to reclaim in song
You do wonder how much was just a
very
grift?
poorly.
This shit is so fucking not for nothing, this shit is definitely cringe. But literally the side that which, you know, Gamer from Mars takes seriously is also cringe as hell too. Like, if you can't acknowledge both as ridiculous, yeah, like, it's fucking bad. It's super bad.
While very few on YouTube of note were supportive of Anita, one would make waves by lampooning her
They were
critics.
supporting Macintosh?
That creator
Ugh.
was none other than H-Bomber Guy, whose
Even
first
worse.
video ever ridiculed the duo behind the Sarkeesian effect.
She's a professional victim, I tell you. She fled her home and she's a professional.
You want to watch Harmon now? Oh shit.
Those things are it's technically accurate, goddammit. $15,000. I can't wait to be told what to think by this guy. I mean, he has such amazing thoughts about ethnic minorities.
You should be absolutely furious with the niggers, not the blacks, the fucking niggers.
On November
Big fucking yikes. Holy shit. Who the fuck is that? That's crazy, dog. Cast, don't get carried away. Oh, almost. Oh god, I can't stand H-Bomber Guy. That's his name? That doesn't look like him. Hmm.
6, Twitter partnered with Women Action and the media to collect data on harassment. This led to several changes, like making it so blocked users can't view your profile. As if to make up for the sheer amount of online criticism, there was an influx of positive coverage. Bloomberg published a puff piece about
Of course
Anita,
there was.
calling her
Of course there was. Bro, the amount of defense force from the industry and even industries outside of gaming and journalism and fucking these websites that are so obnoxiously politically driven. Like, they force politics into the gaming space. They forced the political discussion. They forced Anita Sarkeesian's at least viability at that time, which is such a problem.
gaming's greatest adversary. Polygon
It's
named
like
her one of gaming's
it's almost like journalists needed this fucking fake outrage in order to grift off of themselves. Oh my god.
most important figures. A month later, she was interviewed by ABC about Gamergate alongside Brianna Wu.
Violent depictions of women being beaten.
Oh, Brianna Wu. It's kind of crazy how the turn of events for Brianna Wu went down.
Raped and run over by cars. It's not the movies, it's video games. And now the women calling for change in this multi-billion-dollar virtual industry.
It's crazy because these same arguments had always been happening, but now it was through a lens of feminism. And that's the only thing that made, like, violence in the gaming space a discussion that had any viability whatsoever.
Are facing a very real backlash, including death threats.
Then, after originally pulling sponsorships, Intel announced a partnership with Feminist Frequency as part of its new $300 million diversity initiative.
That's fucking crazy, brother. You know what? Intel deserves all the shitstorm that they're getting now.
The indie game Towerfall paid tribute with a character loosely based on Anita. It was made by the same team behind Celeste. If things couldn't get weirder, Law & Order produced an entire episode about Gamergate called Intimidation Game.
I remember this. I remember there was like little clips of it and it was so cringy shit.
What did they do to you?
They did push her really hard, man.
They leveled up.
I remember this shit. Yes. Yes. That really fucking happened. That was a whole Law and Order episode, bro. I remember that clip specifically. Fucking cringe as hell. So bad. You watched absolute fuckery. That's what you watched.
The plot parallels her harassment with edits of a Sarkeesian stand-in being brutalized. It also strangely has a character played by a young Logan Paul.
Bro, Logan Paul, no! No! What an idiot. He's always been an idiot. What a surprise.
For some reason. The episode was widely ridiculed, quickly becoming a meme in and of itself. Even Anita didn't like it. Predictably, this week's Law & Order SVU was sickening. They trivialized and exploited real-life abuse of women in gaming for entertainment.
It's almost like you do the same thing. Oh, I'm gonna accuse Law & Order of doing the same thing that I've been doing. Oh my god.
I really have no idea what the writers of this TV show were even going for. That February, users noticed a peculiar tweet from Feminist Frequency. The text was identical to something Macintosh said in 2012. Interestingly, it was also quoted without attribution by Anita in one of her videos.
I've heard it said that in the game of patriarchy, women are not the opposing team, they are the ball.
For many, this cemented Macintosh as the puppet master, with a detailed video compiling the evidence. This critique showed even more examples of Macintosh saying something and Anita parroting it shortly after. It also showed some clear hypocrisies. In the past, Thunderfoot criticized the duo for calling Christopher Hitchens a racist warmonger 2 days after he died.
Damn. Oh, so, like, it wasn't the first time this has happened, you know, like with, for example, Akira Toriyama. That was the first time that happened. It's almost like these types, these people that are just desperate for attention, that's like an easy go-to to do. Ice-T said producers just use crime headlines for their episodes. He backed up the gamers too. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Logan Paul and Law and Order don't fit together. Yeah. Oh man. But guys, I didn't expect this. I expect this to end up having to be a 2-part stream. So we're gonna have to get back at it tomorrow, guys. Yep, tomorrow's Wednesday. I got work, so I have to start getting ready. Oh, I already slept, Silent Joker. I actually slept all day so that I could do this stream. I can get up early and do this stream with y'all. Because normally I wake up at 10. Ah, Philip, you never have to be sorry about being late. You're not late. You're here. You got here when you could, and I appreciate you, bro. This was quite something. So yeah, we will continue this and finish off this stream tomorrow. Thank you, Shadow, for being here. I really appreciate it. So we're at the 57-minute mark. Thanks for the paid. My apologies. Vitzo, thank you so much for being here. Stay safe, Cass. Thank you so much. Guys, if you haven't, hit the like buttons. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're going to finish off this video tomorrow. We still got about a half hour to go of his video, so that'll make for a nice stream tomorrow as well. And then Thursday, we got the 8 p.m. Twilight Zone of Gaming live stream where we talk about all sorts of fuckery, so definitely tune in for that. 8 p.m. EST. I'll try to be back around 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. So my stream will be back again tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST. Then obviously Twilight Zone of Gaming, 8 p.m. Thursday nights every Thursday. So that's what we got going on. I'll have to stream Lollipop Chainsaw likely Saturday, and we'll finish it Saturday. So that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan for this week. Hey, thank you for being here, Dismal Dave. I appreciate it, brother. So that's the plan for the week, guys. As for videos, we'll see what happens. If not, we'll just talk about stuff during the live stream. Hey, thank you so much, Mason. Philip, thank you so much, Mason. Dismal Dave. Dragoon Knight, thank you so much, man. Appreciate y'all. Battle Puppet, Blazing Silver, Aztec Warrior, appreciate you, brother. Bitzo, thank you so much, Shadow. Kippy Cat. Sensor Tube, thank you so much. Drewski! Oh man, Elliot. Jordan, appreciate you being here as always. Bayona Rat. Chiefin, thank you. Lowest Expectations. Silent Joker, appreciate you guys. Arctic. Yep, see you guys tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a fun one to finish this off. Boosh, thank you so much, man. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Peace out, Rambling. Much love to you, brother. Hold on, should I raid someone? Hold on, let me see something. Holy shit. I be trying to remember to raid. Hold on. Let me fucking raid. Let me fucking raid. Let them know who sent you. Let them know who sent you, y'all. Hold on, let's see. What we got? What we got? Oh my god, where's the raid feature? Fuck. There we go. There we go. Oh, we got Hypno. We got Hypno. Let Hypno know who sent y'all. Peace out, y'all. Much love.